across the plains. Hope rekindles in the crimson tide as freedom's anthem calls our names. Great again, we rise as one, under stars that guide our way. A song of promise has begun, and strength returns in light of day. Fields of dreams are ripe once more. Factories hum with honest pride. Our banner waves on every shore, with courage marching by our side. Great again, we rise as one, under stars that guide our way. A song of promise has begun, and strength returns in light of day. Through trials dark, we found our steel. The eagle's cry breaks through the night. In unity, our wounds now heal. We chase the dawn with fearless light. Great again, we rise as one, under stars that guide our way. A song of promise has begun, and strength returns in light of day.
Hey, what's up, everybody? You guys ready for the show tonight, man? From what I'm hearing, Trump is going to get, he's going scorched earth because of all the crap that he's had to put up with. What's up, Charlie? What's up, Pam? How you doing? Good to see y'all. Who else is here? Jimmy, my brother. What's up, bro? Yeah, so, it's going to be very interesting. They got some Democrats that are going to be boycotting it. Yeah, I don't want to watch this thing. Yeah, because they suffer from TDS so bad. They don't know whether they're coming or going. I mean, I got a couple videos to play for that. Hey, what's up, Colin? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on with these guys. I mean, they have absolutely no idea what they're doing, and yet they're claiming that they're winning. You know, yeah, Trump's at like what, 42% today, right? Well, what would you be at if you had the mainstream media that was arguing with you, and you had, they all take the side of the people that don't want ICE agents removing from communities, like people that aren't into like the craziness of the left. They want to get rid of violent, criminal, illegal aliens, and they're doing it lawfully. For some reason, they're on that 20% of the 80-20, right? Screw them. That's all I say. Just screw them. Let me see. How's everybody doing tonight? I got to wait till we get some more people. I know I put up the clarion call a little late today. Hopefully we get a lot of the regulars and some new people. It would be nice, but I know all the guys. Most of the people abroad, though, it's late, and I get it because I get a lot of people from the UK and Australia. So, but I realize it's really late. But hey, Dr. Jade's not here. She has some guests over at the house, so that's fine. That's fine. She'll be on the next one, and she'll probably be here Friday night. So, let me go take a look at what we got here. So we had Chuck Schumer, Chuck U. Schumer was asked. I just where do you hear this crap? Chuck Schumer was asked about the boycotting. Like they want to, the Dems want to boycott the State of the Union, right? I mean, at first it's like, you can't stand up for a little black kid that's got cancer and he wants to be a police officer. Remember that? He wants to be a police officer, and the Secret Service director went down to him and, gave him a hug and then made him an honorary, gives him a badge and everything. The Democrats, flat ass society. They never got out of their chairs. I mean, it's just unbelievable. These people, I mean, if Trump cured cancer, they would argue for cancer. These people, they truly would. So let me bring this up. You see, good old Chuck U. Schumer. Communism is not dead. I'm still here. So let's see. We can do this. Here we go. This is short, but wow.
Yes.
A significant number of members of your caucus are not attending the State of the Union. Are you disappointed by that? Have you urged members to attend?
No, I think it's up to each member to make his or her choice. And some are coming and some are going.
Now, guys, do you remember the days? And it wasn't that long ago. Okay, you remember the days where it didn't matter what president you were. You had some people that didn't like certain things, and like if it was a Democrat president, Republicans would clap for things that he said that they didn't really like a lot, but they would say, "I give him deference," or else they would just sit there, right? Well, now the Democrats are doing all kinds of crazy shit. They get all their women to dress in white. I don't know why, but they did that. They did it where they had the guy that looks like he's on a Geico commercial. What the hell is his name? Lewis, I think it is. The congressman, and held his cane up. And, you're a fascist. They don't even know what fascism is. It's a left-wing ideology. Always was, always will be. But and when you think about it, man, they do some of the craziest stuff, and now they're saying, well, we're just not going to show up. Well, that's great, because at first they didn't have enough room for the U.S. hockey team that just won the gold, right? And we beat Canada. Well, anyway, so we just won the gold, right? And Trump invited them, but I mean, he had no place to put them. So now we do, because enough Dems are saying no way. And then the girls' Olympic team that did really well too. They said they can't because it gets something else, but they want to go to the White House. They want to go to the Oval Office and meet him there, which is great. So there are some sane people still left in the world. Let me see who's here. Tip O'Neill, he didn't appreciate him. Yes, he respected. You're right, Colin. He respected him enough. Hey, what's up, Bass? Good to see you, man. Yeah, he respected the office enough, and he worked with him. I mean, think about it. Reagan got Tip O'Neill to do the tax cut, and it just created an economic boom. All right, let me finish this out.
And some are not.
Do you think protests are possible?
Yes. Go ahead, ma'am.
So you've said you're not going to negotiate in public on the DHS funding situation.
Oh, well, anyway, so I told you it was short. Basically, said, well, they can do whatever they want, right? I mean, these are people that, remember Nancy Pelosi for the House, she would just give them a look and they'd all be like, okay, do we get up now? Or it was like they all had to do it in unison. You know who else did that? I'm not even going to use the N-word. Nazis. Okay. But let's see. What's the other one? We got another one here of Hakeem Jeffries, who pretty much flubs everything he's ever that he's ever been asked to do. Let me put that one in. Here we go. Let's bring it up. Hold on. No, I gotta stop it. Here we go. The two options that are, watch. Here we go. Let's bring it up, because Hakeem Jeffries. Ooh, there we go. Okay, let's do it. Listen to this.
Two options that are in front of us in our house.
In our house.
To either attend with silent defiance or to not attend.
That sounded so much like a Kamala, didn't it? They got two choices. Either attend in silence. Didn't it sound like it?
And send a message to Donald Trump in that fashion.
Yeah, the message is you're a bunch of freaking crybabies who can't stand the fact that he's changing our entire economy for the better. That's what
which
you're
will include participation in a variety of different alternate programming.
Yeah, see, they took a lesson from when they had the Super Bowl halftime, right? And TPUSA. Well, he's going to have Erica Kirk. She's going to be there at the State of the Union, so that's good. But they're holding their. It's called the People. What the hell is it called? The People's State of the Union, right? It sounds like the People's Republic of North Korea State of the Union, or the Chi-Com People's Liberation Army, the People's State of the Union. You can't get better than that.
Take place in and around the Capitol complex.
Yeah. Okay. So in other words, yeah, we don't care. We want to act like a bunch of babies, and we're going to act like a bunch of babies. Let's use. Hey, Take Two Drums. What's up, man? Good to see you. Hey, Bobbity's in the house. Good to see you, man. Linda, what's up, girlfriend? Let's see. And they shouldn't be allowed to take those crap signs. Yeah, exactly. So Pam, how'd the new job go? How did it go? It went well, I'll bet. Let me see. Who else? I didn't recognize him without the sombrero. That is so funny. Yeah, the memes went out. So tonight, I'm gonna probably play. I'm gonna just keep playing it on channels, and if I get yeeted, I'll go to another one. Right. So if I get yeeted, wait 2 minutes. I'll come back with another one. But either Right Side Broadcasting, but really C-SPAN. We'll probably go there as well. But from what I understand, guys, I've been listening all day. Oh, you're on the treadmill? All right, cool. Yeah, from what I understand, Trump's going scorched earth tonight on the Dems because it's just how ridiculous they are. I mean, think about that. The nonsense that they're doing, and they're saying, oh, he's down to 42%. Yeah, well, guess what? starting this quarter and the by March on for the second quarter, you're going to see everything turning around in this country. You're just going to see it. And they think, well, he said he was going to have it done on day one. No, it takes time to build a manufacturing plant, right? He's got all that money coming in. And now think about it. The Supreme Court, and he's pissed at the Supreme Court because they shut him down on the tariffs, right? But I think he's always playing, 4D chess. He's always like 10 steps ahead of these people, the left, because they sued him and they thought, yeah, we won, but he already had a backup plan. It's the IEP, they call it, right? And basically, in a nutshell, this is how I understand it, okay? That he was not allowed to use the National Emergency Act, even though there was a national emergency with our economy, the way that these countries were just robbing us blind, right? But they didn't agree. Okay, so there's another way that he can do tariffs and in the same amounts or maybe more, and it's based on something like he has to actually tell why, well, Mexico, for the fentanyl problem that you've caused, we're going to tariff you X amount so that you can stop the fentanyl instead of just saying, we're going to tariff you 60% or whatever it is. So he's going to get it right back. So, and I don't know if they can shut him down this time. Technically, I think Congress should put something in to either bill that says, the president of the United States is allowed to do that. What's up, Willies? Good to see you, man. Yeah, I was hoping some people from across the pond were coming, but I realized it's good Lord, it's really late for them. It was 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. It's 1:13 in the morning out there. But God bless you all. Yeah. So let's see what else is there. Yeah, there's so much crap going on. Yeah, I'm gonna probably 8:30. I'm gonna put up. I'll put up on the screen the State of the Union. We'll just sit and listen to the talking heads for a half hour while I make fun of them, except that unless it's right side. Kamala Harris admits, oh, good Lord, look at this. Oh. Yeah, let's just do a couple stories while I'm here. Let me see who else. Yeah, let me see. Let's go up. Here you go. Ready, guys? Here we go. The thing that won't go away. Kamala Harris admits she's considering running for president. Look at that. I could put like a jackass picture right beside her and the teeth and all that. Her and AOC. So Harris made the comments during a live video call. All right. Former presidential candidate. Well, it should say former failed presidential candidate Kamala Harris said Monday that she was considering running for president a second time. Yeah, maybe this time she gets some votes. She didn't think about it. In 2020, she didn't get a single delegate. First one to drop out, right? She had a moment when she called Biden a racist, right? She had that moment. And then she accepted the racist offer to make her VP only because he thought she was black. Because remember, he said, "Oh, I'm going to make a choice, but it's got to be a black woman." Well, she's not black, right? So, I mean, what a joke that party is. Does anybody know if they hold on? Let me see. Candidate that was less supported than a body in free fall considers running again. Exactly. Oh, exactly, man. What's it called? Yeah, they talk about that Donald Trump is destroying our democracy. Well, one of the most democratic principles anywhere is you get to vote for who you want to represent you. And they never had a primary. She didn't have to do a primary. They just installed her. Yeah, that says democratic principles, right? They just installed her. And to this day, they don't want you talking about that. Well, screw that. So let's see. So she said on Monday that she was considering running for president a second time. The former vice president made the comments while being interviewed on a live call with Sharon McMahon. Oh, dude, they never do videos. Oh, yeah. Holy crap, they got one. All right, let's do it.
So she's out doing interviews or interview?
Yeah,
or
she
what?
did an exclusive last night with Mark Cuban.
Exclusive. Oh,
yeah.
No, I
Wait.
don't. No.
No, it's not Mark Cuban?
It's Mark Cuban's twin brother, Rachel Maddow.
Oh,
That's who you're referring to.
Okay, I apologize.
Okay. And here's some of what she had to say.
Right now, we are dealing with, as I called him at my speech on the ellipse, a tyrant.
Oh, yeah.
We used to compare the strength of our democracy to communist dictators. That's what we're dealing with right now in Donald Trump.
No, that's not.
There you go.
Good
one, dictator.
Good one, Kamala.
I mean, how stupid can she be? A communist. He wants to give power back to the people, right? He wants to give jobs to the people that lost them because of Joe Biden's economic policies and the way that the Democrats treated everybody during COVID, right? He wants to bring jobs in, and now he's a dictator.
It's a dictator.
He's such a dictator that he fired Jimmy Kimmel, and such a dictator that he's back on tonight.
Yeah. Wait, hold
up. That's how dictatorial.
Yeah. What a joke, man. Kamala Harris. I hope to God she runs, because I'll donate to a political PAC. I'll create a political PAC for her. It has a special ability when she talks. I can't hear her. Amazing. Yeah, exactly. Is the ellipse part of the Venn diagram? Yeah, exactly. And that's pretty funny, actually. Yeah, but it turns out that she wasn't drunk for that interview. How about that? That was interesting. She's usually a little snippy with the sippy, right? Let's see what we got. Let's see what else is here. Nothing. Let's go. I may just go and put it up. And so, well, as a matter of fact, let's do that. Let me see if I got one more. USA. Oh, check it out, man. You got to see this. This is awesome. They actually went to the White House already. I didn't know this. Yeah, so Trump hosts U.S. men's Olympic champion hockey team at the White House. Check it out. How cool is that? And now they are hated by every Democrat and leftist. Now they're going after hockey. They're going to go out after hockey now. That's pretty cool, man. Yeah, that's awesome. And I heard the women's team is going to come too. Unless they did too already. I don't know. But that's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, real dictator. He let them in. You know what's funny? If Trump were a dictator, he would not allow Kamala to say something like that. I mean, think about it. What a jackass. Let's see. Kamala has a vocal that screams neuroticism. Yeah, she has the vocal fry. Yeah. Let's see. If you ever want to find out if you're too drunk, listen to Kamala Harris. And if she starts, there you go. It's time to stop. That's funny. Yeah, it's the truth too. I mean, whew. And think about it, guys. I think that they had to choose her because her name was on the ticket, number one. But because her name was on the ticket, she had access to the money, all the donations, the millions, right? She had access to the money, and she wasn't giving it up to anybody else that they wanted to put in. Hey, what's up, Chris? Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I changed it. I figured I wanted to get some things in. So I changed it. Make sure a lot of people are coming or whatnot. I'm just glad I got anybody come in, and I was like, damn, I'm not going to have anybody in tonight because I just pulled it up real late, and I usually only do Fridays, so that's what I thought. And if he were king, there wouldn't have been a no kings. Exactly. I love how in the UK they couldn't say no kings because they actually do have a king. So it was no tyrants. You got to love that. No tyrants because they couldn't say king. So let's see. Who's this? Ashley Brassfield. Let's bring her up. Let's see. Bring this up.
Show up to the Clinton deposition that they didn't show up to now. Now they're scheduled for this week. And where is it? New York. So they will be traveling. Many members will be traveling to New York later this week. And I guess there is posing the question as to why members are having to travel to these individuals. And even Wexner's lawyer came out on X stating that, they agreed to this. They put the location where the deposition would be. It was in Ohio. So the GOP members agreed to this. Leadership agreed to this. And I think there's a question as to why there is special treatment for people like the Clintons and Wexner, why they don't have to, be walked into Washington, D.C. like a regular American would. So I think there's an argument there that, you can spend time with your constituents where you need to, but also, this is a very important issue to many constituents themselves. And so where should members be spending their time? Should they have allotted, a certain amount of GOP members to go to this or, be placed there? I think that's the question. And I think it caught a lot of people's eye, especially on Thursday and Friday of last week after the deposition.
I believe the members of the Trump family also had to travel to the nation's capital during the lawfare saga of Russia. In turn, with everything else, with the lawfare and Eric Trump, who is probably the most investigated human being and subpoenaed human being in human history. But we see, Ashley, as well, that New Mexico and their state legislature, because of that ranch that Jeffrey Epstein owned, along with Ghislaine Maxwell attending on many different occasions, are now looking at this from a state level. Can you look into that investigation and tell us some developments there?
Let's see. All right. Yeah, we can come back to that. Yeah, because we still got over a half hour. Let me see what we can do. Hold on. What's that? Those signs, no kinks, like an anti-BDSM group. That's funny. Well, we could lose the recent king lizard, or the recent king lizard. I don't know what that means, Bass. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's something going on between, what is it, King Charles and Starner, whatever the hell his name is. Yeah, there's something going on. 40 explained it on Friday or Saturday night, but I had thought that it was because he doesn't like the way that they're running things, and he just stepped in to basically say, well, I have a duty to make sure you're staying within the Constitution. But I don't know too much about UK politics, so I just play parrot. I read and I hear and I just repeat after I analyze it a little bit. That's why I love you guys. You bring it all in. So let's see. Yeah, tonight he's gonna tout. See, a lot of Americans, and this is why the Democrats are doing. They're going to tell their constituents, don't watch it because I'm not going to watch it. Why don't you watch this other thing we're doing? Because they don't want people to hear all the things. I mean, think about it. Every time Trump does the State of the Union, he goes through everything that he's done so far up to that State of the Union, right? And so they don't want to hear it because he has a hell of a lot of accomplishments that he's done already. And we're going to hear him tonight. But I understand, yeah, he's going scorched earth on some people. Remember the last time, it wasn't State of the Union, but he had a joint session of Congress, and he basically said, I could cure cancer and you guys would still stay seated. He goes, I don't get it with you guys. And he's right to point it out. But the TDS is strong among them. It really is. Let me see. Yeah, I'm going to go. There we go. Might as well. Oh, you know what? We got time. I could give you guys I was going to put a video. I have a video to put out today. And I was going to. Does anybody want me to play it? Because otherwise, I'm just going to release it tomorrow. It's about Hillary. There was evidence that now came out. John Solomon, who a lot of people are calling King Solomon, but John Solomon from Just the News, great investigative reporter. He came out with information that there's now accusations that the Obama DOJ and FBI said about an investigation into Hillary. Now, there's an investigation for a pay to play. And she did several things on that, but there's an investigation on a pay to play that was live. And there were three FBI offices, different offices around the country that said, yeah, we have predication here. We want to move forward. And they were told, shut the effing thing down. Same words between Sally Yates. Remember her? She was a deputy attorney general. I think in the video I call her attorney general. She was a deputy attorney general. And who the hell was the other one? It was her. Oh, and it was McCabe. It was Andrew McCabe. Andy McCabe was the deputy FBI director. And he told the FBI, shut it the F down. And then they told the FBI guys that were like into the offices, they said, oh, you can go forward with it, but you get absolutely nothing from us. You'll get no help, nothing. And I think it was because, see, while Trump's, now think about this, guys, while Trump is out there, right, trying to campaign, and Hillary Clinton has a protection, has Obama's protection racket going on, saying, no, you're going to drop. And we know that Comey, for the other stuff, for the email server, we know that he let her off, and he didn't even have authority to do it. An FBI director cannot do that. A DOJ has to do that, like a U.S. attorney or the actual attorney general or someone in that lineup has to do it. An FBI director can't say, well, we're just not going to prosecute. It's not up to the FBI if they're going to prosecute or not. The FBI is law enforcement. They're supposed to gather the evidence, make the arrest, and hand the evidence over to the U.S. attorney's office. And the U.S. attorney comes through with it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, you remember when Nancy Pelosi tore up the speech right behind him? I mean, what balls these people have. So, all right. So they hate Trump. Tell us something. Next time, tell us when the Vatican elects a Catholic as Pope, right? So they hate Trump. They're trying to show it tonight where they're not going to show up. Who gives a shit? Who cares? It's just less people that are going to stay seated, and we're able to get more people in. That's how I'm looking at it. But let me see. Is there anything going on so far? No. Yeah, I was watching C-SPAN, and they had people from Politico there. It was like, yikes, really? You're going to bring them in? Yeah, because see what their job is tonight. Trump's job is to let everybody know, hey, despite what you're hearing or not hearing in the media, and despite what your lying Democrat representatives are telling you, we actually got a lot done for you, and that we have set up our economy to explode over the next year. And they go, oh, he's going to say that every year. No, the first year, it takes at least a year for an economic policy to kick in. Look what happened under Reagan. It took Reagan a year for his policies to start to see something. And then it just flourished. Same thing with JFK. It just flourished into like the greatest economy. Like JFK did that. Calvin Coolidge did that. He lowered taxes, right? And then had an economic boom that we called the Roaring 20s, right? And then we had JFK did it. He lowered the tax rate and the top rate and everything below it. And look what happened. The marginal rates. He lowered them, and JFK had an economic boom. It's not rocket science, guys. I mean, and then if you let people keep more of what they earn, right, they spend it. If you let rich people keep more of what they earn, what they do is reinvest it into their businesses. Ronald Reagan had this famous line where he said why he was cutting taxes, because he said when the American people get to keep more of what they earn, not the government, what they earn, that ordinary people can do extraordinary things. And it's just common sense. But the communists today, the Democrats, they just, I swear to God, think about it, guys. They are on the wrong side of every single issue. They're on the wrong side. They don't give a damn about anything anymore. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button if you haven't already. It actually helps us out. I appreciate it. Let's see what. So it's 8:30 now. What else are we going to do? We can do like one more and then we'll go in. Well, let's do this. Hold on. Let's do this. I'm going to play a video. Here it is. Here we go. Let me move that. Get that out of the way. I'm sorry, guys. Trying to set something up. I'm just going to play in honor of the Democrats that will be there or those that are going to the alternative.
Are you experiencing uncontrollable fast eye blinking, light palsy, stammering, and overbearing snobbery every time you hear the words, "Make America Great Again"? Are your conversations at dinner turning into debates? Do family gatherings feel like congressional hearings? Do you find yourself engaging in heated conversations with your 6 cats about political policies? Have you been found wild-eyed, naked, frothing at the mouth, and writhing on the floor? Have your friends described blackouts you suffered where you kept staring into space, repeating things like Russian collusion, "He is Hitler," and "Joy Reid was right"? If you said yes to any of these, then you suffer from Trump derangement syndrome. But don't worry, introducing Polycalm, the revolutionary new treatment designed to bring peace back to your household. Crafted by top scientists at RPW Media with a sense of humor and a pinch of irony, Polycalm is clinically proven to reduce symptoms of TDS levels 1 through 5. That's right, no more sudden outbursts at family dinners or knee-jerk unfriending people on social media. No more yelling at people for going into a Walmart through the exit door instead of the welcome side. Polycalm might cause sudden side effects such as extreme agreeableness, an unusual interest in gardening, and a sudden urge to discuss the weather. If you find yourself agreeing to a family game night, consult your recreational therapist immediately. Other side effects include an increased sense of humor, a sudden understanding of different perspectives, and in rare cases, an uncontrollable urge to watch Fox News. Polycalm. Because sometimes we all need a little help to stay sane in a world that seems a bit crazy. Available wherever laughter and open conversations are found. Polycalm is not available in stores and doesn't actually exist. But hey, wouldn't it be great if it did? Until then, liberals remember a little laughter and love of country can go a long way. And stop being a dick. Fact checkers. Polycalm is not a real medication. We're just screwing around. Polycalm is intended for humorous purposes only. Always seek professional advice for serious medical conditions like Trump derangement syndrome.
All right. Let's go with, let me see, C-SPAN. Yeah, I think these are the, oh, hold on. Yeah, they're starting to come in now. Here we go. Let's bring it in. That was Trump and Melania getting in. Sorry, I couldn't get there fast enough. That was Trump and Melania getting into, what happened to the sound here, people? Yeah, the sound is up. We're just not hearing it.
And it is 16 blocks almost exactly to the Capitol building. He will pull up to the east side of the Capitol. There's a porte cochere, a little overhang that he will get out of. Now, in the Statuary Hall, you can see there went John Cornyn. They mentioned, we heard earlier that Ken Paxton was there. Wes Hunt, of course,
from Texas,
candidate, is a member of Congress, so he could very well be there as well. But this is the Senate going in. There's is that Elizabeth Warren and
Peter Welch.
Excuse me.
Was at the White House actually a few weeks ago.
What was Peter Welch doing at the White House? That seems odd to me.
It was on a farming policy that the president came out with. Peter Welch was there with Roger Marshall and some other Republicans, but definitely notable that a Democrat was there.
That looked like Lisa Murkowski and Andy Kim, a D and an R.
There's Fetterman.
In together. Oh, there's John.
The only sensible one of the Democrats.
There's Susan Collins. Who was that next to her? Did you see? Was that Michael Bennett?
I thought it was Michael Bennett.
Was it Michael Bennett? Really? He's, oh my God.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And
I didn't know
this is the staff.
You should check him out on
like
X.
a traffic jam too.
It does, yes. Now all the senators, they will walk. Maybe they haven't let them in yet,
right?
Because they haven't turned on the lights and this. Maybe they like to walk in with the lights on and everything. But now we can see the president coming up, and now it's a little crowded in Stat Hall. There, you can see that's 25 steps from the.
How late do you think
the House chamber
Trump's going to be?
So.
What's also notable about John Cornyn, we just saw, is the president has not endorsed in that Texas GOP primary.
All three, right?
He likes all three. He is
about that
friendly with Attorney General Paxton. He also has a relationship with Congressman Hunt.
He's a good
and then John Cornyn, who's the sitting senator, has not been endorsed. And from my hearing and reporting is that That's given some GOP leadership, some GOP donors, a lot of heartburn about what could happen in this primary. Does it go to a very expensive runoff? And are any of the Democrats formidable candidates enough that depending on whichever Republican wins, could they take them on?
Now, we're still waiting on members of the cabinet to come in. Now, we heard earlier that Tulsi Gabbard, Director of National Intelligence, came in, but I don't think the entire cabinet.
Who's the designated survivor? Anybody know?
We're waiting on the diplomatic corps. We're waiting on the military.
Anglo, dude, I didn't even see you. I didn't know you were here. I'm sorry. How you doing, brother? Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Who does come?
I didn't even see.
Samuel Alito usually does not attend these events.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate
However,
that.
there's
Man,
speculation
late for
that
you.
this is his last.
Appreciate you being here.
So he has a book coming out in October. So who knows? Here's Speaker Johnson.
And United States Senate.
There's JD. Nice. There's Kuhn, who we still got to get him to pass the SAVE Act. There's Chuck U. Schumer. I'm a communist. It's unreal. Yeah, Cokehead County. Yeah. Louis, who should be here, I don't know what he's doing, if he's here or not, but Louis and I and several other friends, we loved this night. We would call each other. Yeah, I know. The great hockey stick. Someday, Colin, I'll tell you.
Well, the house lights have come on. We're about
they caught
45 minutes
they
away
fudged
from the start of the State of the
program
Union speech.
that created
and we are
that
going to
hockey
say
stick. They fudged it. The
goodbye
programmers.
to C-SPAN
They made a
2
variable
now.
so
We are
that it
no
would
longer on the
rise
simulcast.
no matter what.
Over on
They
C-SPAN
did.
2.
They got caught. I have an article.
You can see the
shows it.
sights and sounds.
And
no
I saw the
commentary,
code, and I'm like,
no
oh, wow. And they were so
input
ballsy.
whatsoever.
They called
It's
the variable that did that. They called
all
it
the
fudge
sights and
factor.
sounds of
No
the
lie.
State of the Union. You'll be able to watch everything
hockey stick
and
graph
not
was
have
bullshit.
to listen to anybody. But we'd prefer, of course, you'd stay here with us because here on C-SPAN, we have
gotta keep seeing if I'm getting
conversation,
yeeted.
we have commentary, we have your calls, and we have two excellent journalists with us here tonight, Alex Gangitano of Politico and Marissa Schultz of the New York Post. They will be with us until the start of the speech, and we will kind of annotate and comment
I'm gonna lower it a
on what
little
is going on the House
I can
floor.
talk. I'll turn it way
We
up
expect
when
the president to be arriving
it starts.
very shortly. And
Schumer looks like the penguin from
let's see if we
1960s.
can
Yeah.
see right now.
Just put a little
There we
long
go.
cigarette in his mouth.
John Barrasso, Dick Durbin,
little
is that
holder.
Dick Durbin with him, I think?
Yeah.
Or J.D.
I want
Vance
to see
right
who,
behind him?
came from the
Yeah,
left.
that is. He's retiring this year.
And in leadership.
Is that Lindsey
so-
Graham?
He's been very
Hold on.
critical.
Was that Lindsay?
of the
No.
Trump
Walking too
administration.
slow to be Lindsay.
The Democrat side does look sparse from all the House
Oh, geez.
members that are
Gosh,
there.
what are we going to do without
Somebody
crybabies
picture
in the
taken with
audience?
Vice President. I don't recognize him. I'm
Wanna
afraid.
see.
I'm sorry.
Damn, right side's in interviewing
I'm sure this is a
somebody.
bit of a homecoming for Vice President Vance, seeing all of his former Senate colleagues that he's built relationships with for years.
You also have to wonder what's going through his head of, would this be a State of the Union I'd be delivering one day if he has political.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah.
It looks like the Joint
It's
Chiefs.
quite, yeah, they are. They're good.
It was interesting.
I think
when
the
we
New
talked
York
about
Sun
Halifax
is
a little
as
bit
well.
earlier. He said, "Yeah, they're
Boston
getting ready to
Globe's
leave,
not that
the
bad either.
helicopters, et cetera. Hear the sirens."
It is such a huge security event here in DC. I mean, just the
This
roads
is-
around here and
It's so interesting that
Yeah,
this is all
New York Times.
happening during this DHS
Best place for the
shutdown
New York
as well.
Times is at the bottom of a
And
dirty
the
bird
DHS
cage.
is in charge of things like Secret Service and federal
Yeah, we got
security, homeland security, and this is
I
a
got
major
7
event.
inches the
So
first night.
I would imagine
You're way off.
a
Yeah, I
lot
got
of these
7 inches
workers
the first
who
night.
spent a lot of time
And they were
and
telling us we're
energy
going to get up to
into
11 the
creating
next
this event
day.
going unpaid
And so the next day, we only got like 3 more inches. So it was like 10 or 11 total.
JD
How about
Vance.
you? Did you get any?
Last year,
Probably not.
There was a hot
South
mic
Carolina.
for these two, I believe, where they were talking about.
Hey, my sister's here. What's up, sis?
Wasn't
How
necessarily
you doing?
a complimentary thing.
Yeah.
And a little bit of a hot mic.
What's interesting when it's a opposing party who's the House.
I think
leadership
she's
right now,
from.
Of course, Johnson and
I
Vance
think the
have a
one
good
above, the
relationship, but
blonde.
in the future,
I think
could
she's
that
from
be a
Politico.
Democrat up there chatting with Vance before the speech? That's always very interesting to watch.
And when Nancy Pelosi was the
Yeah.
speaker, it was always very interesting to see the
Yeah, and who was it?
chemistry or lack
Oh, who was it
thereof.
from
Her
Texas?
and Mike Pence's dynamics.
Oh, I
up
forget.
there.
The most dangerous place to be
And some of the,
was between her and when the president, any president, was entering. She would knock people out of the way because she had people ready to take a picture of her with it.
at the
Because like that's an
behind the
accomplishment for her that she could put up in her
That's
office because she
behind
never
the
did
speaker,
anything
so
else.
they're right. It's
It
kind
wasn't
of
low IQ
almost
Maxine. I
accused
forget who it
in a
was.
sense. You don't have the view. It's behind the stage.
A lot of rain.
Over
Okay.
here, though, it's great to see the interactions.
Have
of
you
the
been
members
up in that?
Yeah, that's my real
sitting up
sister.
there as a reporter? What's that like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy
Well,
from
just in the
Philly
system,
said
we
yo,
hear
but I
a
think he's
lot,
busy with
right?
something else.
So there's moments.
This is going to
where
be
there's, like arguments on the floor.
this is
or
going to be a
things,
good night.
that are happening.
Oh,
Kind of listen.
oh, we're going to see
here.
some real,
But it's
some real
great to
antics
see
tonight
them
because
interact with each
Trump's
other.
going scorched earth.
And while you may not see the president right underneath you, you can see you could see fashion statements.
And
that people
plus,
are making
guys,
in the audience. You
let's
can see
face it,
signs
this
that they're
this is
holding and whatnot.
this is
Exactly.
Trump's show, you
Also,
know.
we rely on
Like
the,
he knows
our
how to
colleagues in the room
do
tell us
this
who was that who
really
yelled
well.
out and was did so and so stand for this
Let's see,
thing the
who's-
president said, and
who's
so
there? I
they're
don't
kind of the
recognize
whole
a
outlet's
damn one of
eyes
them.
in the room.
Oh, there he is, the guy that
because they
stole the
only
Georgia
have,
Senate seat,
one
Warnock.
reporter per outlet, I think. who
There's
And they're
Senator
determining that
Brown
right now.
checking in with his colleague up for re-election, John
Yep.
Ossoff.
Here's a
Jack Reed
bipartisan
is
duo.
with from North
Who else
Dakota.
is coming in?
Yeah, from North Dakota.
I want to see
Jack
who
Reed
doesn't
from
come
Rhode
on
Island.
the Supreme
His
Court
name is Slam.
because
Very
Trump's kind of
interesting.
pissed at them
And there's Jean Shaheen,
for
who
what
is
they just
retiring.
did.
Democrat from New Hampshire. She is retiring, so that sets up
But they didn't shut
pretty
him
strong
down.
race in New Hampshire, doesn't it? Or is
Yeah.
that with Andy Kim of New Jersey? there?
That's like
Is that a pretty strong? Is that a potential?
If you guys hadn't heard on Friday night, remember? Hey, what's up? Oh wow, there's my nephew. I love this kid. Oh, kid. Yeah. How you doing? Good to see you, Danny.
in New Hampshire.
And there was
Good to see you, man.
Senator Jody of Ohio.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I was just gonna mention, guys.
Jody Ernst, and she too is
Oh,
retiring.
Byron Donalds.
Byron
I told him
Donalds
to his
running
face,
for governor of Florida.
you're going to
He's
run
got
for
the
president
endorsement,
someday, and I'm voting
and
for you
he
because I love that
has a
guy. I
lead
love
in the
that guy.
polls at this
Yeah, just listen to him sometime
But Joni
when he's
Ernst
in a
retiring
hearing.
in Iowa.
It's
Is
just
that a
incredible.
potential Democratic
But anyway, I was saying
I would
Friday night.
say,
Remember, I said I got to go to
candidate
take
right
my
now
dog to the
that's
vet.
leading
Well,
the way and is
unfortunately, I had
quite
to
a
put him
favorite.
down. My German Shepherd.
She
It was
is
it was
Ashley
horrendous.
Kinsey, and
It
she's
was
really
awful.
dynamic. She's
It was
in
too
ours,
quick.
right? In ours.
All the
She's
9
really
yards,
good.
and I'm
She's
trying to get through it
dynamic, and
now.
she's had,
He was like the
um,
greatest dog
she
I
has a
ever
lot of
had. He
backers,
developed a
and
tumor
she's
on his
viewed as a
spleen,
really strong candidate
and
for
over
Democrats.
70% of the time they say it's malignant. I don't want to bring everybody down, but
Yes.
bouncing back
Bill,
now,
Barry Black,
you know,
Barry
still
Black's right.
depressed as hell. But
Longtime
the
chaplain
show
of the
must
Senate.
go on. Yeah, I know,
Welcome to
man.
the prayer,
He's a
and
beautiful dog. I'll
was
show
a
some photos
spiritual
later.
advisor for the
You know,
Senate
scientists
Right.
discovered a
throughout the
gene that
year.
causes people to show photos of their
It's
pets,
always
but like a
interesting
cure is a
how
long
it
way
also
off. So
takes for everybody to get
yeah,
to the seat
thanks.
with-
We
Yeah,
sort
it
of
was.
said it about 10 minutes
Right.
It was.
ago,
It
and
was.
standing
It was really
outside,
bad, man.
waiting
I
to
took
go
him
down.
thinking that he
And
had
those
like
members,
a
of course, can
stomach
get
bug
in
or
whatever
something.
time they want.
An
And
hour and a
they
half
can line
later,
the
he was
aisle if
gone.
they want to shake hands with
Because I
everybody.
didn't realize, like,
They
as
have
a matter of fact,
John
he
Fetterman.
he got
they
really
have
bad as he was at the vet. It like
30-second
happened real
lobbying
fast.
message
I don't want to
for
get into
anybody.
like
They
all
can
the
line
things
the
that happened,
hall
but it
there
happened
and
so
get
quickly
in there early.
that I was
John
pretty
Fetterman
shocked
has
about it. But
has he caused
wow, it was
consternation with his
it was
Democratic
not good.
Party?
And now, like,
Well,
you know,
interestingly, he was one
he
of
was 8
the
years old, and
first
so
and
everything I
only
see,
Democrats that the
you know,
president
around
was
here, I got to
in
get
touch
through all
with when he
those. You know,
became
I
president.
remember
I
he used to
remember
do because
he had
your
said, "Oh, he
German
kinda seems
shepherds,
like a
they're
good
up your rear
guy.
end all the
We've had a
time. You know,
conversation."
they're your best
He's
friend. They
also
follow
someone
you
who I
everywhere. They
think
give you love
Leader
and they
Schumer
accept it from you. You know,
is
the
concerned
greatest
every
dog
time there's an important
on
vote of
earth.
where's
And
Fetterman
and I
gonna
know I love
this.
all dogs,
He
but
does it
German
in-
Shepherds
like
are my
maybe Sue
favorite.
thinks
And,
about Susan Collins
this
and
one
Lisa
had
That's
such a
exactly right.
personality,
And
man.
there's Katie Britt.
Yeah, it was
of
awful.
Alabama coming
That's
in,
Florida.
Republican.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, Ashley Moody,
Susan
I'm so
Collins.
sorry. My eyes are getting old. I guess.
She's actually
And,
very important
there's,
in Maine.
Susan Collins.
And
is
she
there.
actually does
And that
things
is
that we
local
should be
benefit.
happy
Yeah,
about. But and there's Murkowski, the piece of crap.
John
Look at her. hugging the
There you go.
Democrats.
Well, we
I'm
talked
doing
about-
my
we
part
talked about a little
in the
bit earlier
Republican wing of the
campaign.
Democratic Party.
But we had talked about that race a little bit earlier with one of the callers and whether or not he's running against Sherrod Brown, the former senator,
Right.
who got beat by Bernie Moreno. Yeah, it's very
Very
This is when they start, yeah,
Cassidy,
Mr.
yeah.
Speaker.
He's an interesting one who will want to hear what the president's plan on
The
health care
Supreme
is. There
Court.
was
The
rumblings
president has
about
endorsed
that.
his primary opponent,
That's right.
hasn't
That
he?
is correct.
Yeah.
Julie Letko. And
Yeah. There's Lisa Murkowski.
that's another one who the president, for the war powers vote at the beginning to advance that, said that she should never be in office again. She was one of the 5 who voted to advance that measure.
She's had an independent streak throughout. In fact, she won as an independent a re-election because of her popularity in the state of Alaska.
Yeah, she's a piece of crap. We all know it.
I do see some white in the Democrat audience of women wanting to wear white
What
outfits.
is the significance of the wearing of the white?
The
for
women's
Democratic
suffrage
women's
movement.
suffrage?
And I feel like they have done that for several years now. It seems that it's kind of become a State of the Union tradition for women.
I'm going to go off base for a
wear white.
second. That's my dog. That's my Magni. If you can see him. Let's see. Can you? I don't know. Can you guys see that right now or no? Yeah, it was him. All right, let's go back. Bring this up. Let's come back in.
Because
Hey, what's up, Vince?
Yeah,
you missed the point though. I had to put him down Friday night. It was awful. So
There was this really iconic
what's going on, bro?
moment of women wearing.
Yeah, I know.
white
He
in
was the
Trump's
best
first term.
dog
It was
ever.
after
I mean,
Democrats took back the House and Speaker
he
Pelosi
made people
became Speaker over
smile
again.
just by being
And this was
himself.
after the 2018 midterms,
Yeah.
and the record number
It was
of
sad.
women had won election.
sad, but-
President Trump tried to do a nice thing of like recognizing that during his speech.
Oh, she's not
He
from
noted
Politico
all the
saying
women in the
something nice.
audience
That's
and
probably the
record,
woman below.
And all these women in white stood up and they started
Yeah,
chanting
RSBN still
USA,
isn't up.
USA, USA.
They're not doing
And
it.
it was really big moment, but it was also a rare moment of sort of unity that I don't know if Trump was inspiring, but it sort of set off there.
Oh, there we
in,
go.
In the moment.
Well, we've learned that President and Mrs.
Yeah.
Trump have arrived at the Capitol,
There we go.
and that entrance that they will be going in is not far at all from the House chamber. But there will be some pomp and circumstance.
How much you want? I
to
just
get
spilled
him
shit all
into
over me.
into the House chamber.
Can't take
I think
me
that
anywhere.
first We'll see Mrs.
I shall be right back.
Enter into the visitors
Hang on,
gallery.
let me,
There'll be applause, and she'll enter into her.
I shall be right back.
assigned
Hold on.
seat and with her guests, and we'll see that.
And which of the Trump
And
children?
there's Amy Klobuchar running for governor of Minnesota, and she's ahead in the polls. She's got about 50% average right now in the polls for governor, since Tim Walz isn't running.
Chatting with a Republican, John Curtis from Utah.
And was that Tom Emmer behind her, one of the Republican
Sorry, guys.
House leaders? He's a
State of the
prime
Onion.
minister
Yeah,
as well,
exactly.
Republican House leader.
But
And
I
it's
think it's
gonna
going to be
be
really good tonight, Vamps.
within a state.
Because they're saying that,
Whether you're
that
Democrat
I
or
had
Republican
some people
or
who were like on the inside. They were on
we see sometimes
Patriot Channel
in the
today
battle, wouldn't you
on
think?
Sirius XM, and they were saying, yeah, they got word that he's going scorched earth on some of the things that the Democrats are doing.
Build some camaraderie around it.
Like not like one of the things is like not supporting not supporting ICE. Like what the hell is that, right? They're trying to get illegal, criminal, violent, illegal aliens out of a community, and they're like, "Oh no, you can't do that." And they go, "Well, they're not doing it legally." Well, yeah, they are. Everything they're doing is legal.
Time in a while that there wasn't.
They haven't done anything. Oh, they're wearing masks.
President Harris up
You're
there,
allowed to wear a
Vice
mask.
Speaker Pelosi during.
No, not in my city. Well, your
Trump.
SWAT wears masks.
And
There he is.
So this is,
Did you know that his
second year in a
father
long time that we
is
haven't
an
seen that. And I
Hakeem
think
Jeffrey's
it was,
father is like another
when Speaker
Farrakhan.
Pelosi-
I call him
former Speaker Pelosi
Farrakhan,
was
Louis
first elected,
Farrakhan.
It was former
And he's
President
not too
George
far
W.
off, but he has to
Bush
behave
who
himself when the
gave
cameras
her
are
a
on.
huge
You know?
recognition during his state.
Yeah,
of
his
the
father's a
Union
big
to
anti-white
say this is the
racist,
first
and he's
female Speaker
at
of
the
House.
pulpit.
We'll see.
Man
in
of the
this, as you
cloth,
mentioned, the
if you will.
president in his first term mentioned how many women were elected that election year. We'll see if there is kind of a bipartisan display of
who else.
sorts this year.
So that was
something along those
Thune again.
lines.
One thing I just noticed, Senator Mark Kelly is there. And he's this interesting character because he's one of these 6
Yeah, the judges,
Democrats
the left-wing judges
video
wouldn't let the military go after. I don't know why they
members
were
of the
involved anyway. They
military
should have
to
done it through
not follow illegal orders
through court-martial.
and that set off attempts to prosecute them and
I think they already did.
bring some military charges.
There's some things on
with
in Breitbart about Newsom.
And just a minute ago, you saw 2 retiring members, Steny Hoyer of Maryland, former majority leader, talking to Gerald Nadler, former
Jerry Nadler. Jerry Nadler used to have a blood type of donut.
Hakeem Jeffries,
You ever see him?
Democrats,
Anglo.
potential speaker,
God bless you, brother.
Speaker.
I'm from Stratfordshire, Rich, so I'm biased.
The chair appoints as members of
Stephanie's
the
number 1,
committee on the part of the
Rottweilers,
House
number
to
2,
escort the
German
President
Shepherds,
of the
number
United
3.
States into the
Rest in
chamber.
peace. Yeah, I know,
The
brother.
gentleman
Thank
from
you, man.
Louisiana, Mr.
Appreciate it.
Solis. The gentleman from Minnesota, Mr. Emmer. The gentlewoman from Michigan, Mrs. McClain. The gentleman from North Carolina, Mr. Hudson. The gentleman from Pennsylvania, Mr. Reschenthaler. The gentleman from Utah, Mr. Moore. The gentlewoman from Indiana, Mrs. Houchin. The gentleman from Oklahoma, Mr. Hearn. The gentleman from New York, Mr. Jeffries. The gentleman from California, Mr. Aguilar. The gentleman from California, Mr. Liu. The gentlewoman from Washington, Mrs. Delbene. The gentlewoman from Michigan, Mrs. Dingle.
Dingle.
The President of the Senate, at the direction of that body, appoints the following senators as members of the Committee on the part of the Senate to escort the President of the United States into the House chamber. The Senator from South Dakota, Mr. Thune. The Senator from Wyoming, Mr.
You're right.
Grasso. The Senator from Arkansas, Mr. Cotton. The Senator from West Virginia, Mrs. Capito.
Yeah, Tom Cotton's like more of a rhino.
Mr. Langford. The Senator from South Carolina, Mr. Scott. The Senator from New York, Mr. Schumer. The Senator from Illinois, Mr. Durbin.
You ever watched
And the Senator from Minnesota,
Mr.
Mr.
I have.
Klobuchar.
Eminem told the other rappers about what they were.
The members of the escort committee will exit the chamber through the lobby doors.
Yeah. Here we go. This is all formality crap, but it's good to watch because you might pick something up that will embarrass the hell out of someone. So who's coming in?
All right.
Mr. Speaker, the acting dean of the Diplomatic Corps.
Okay. Just to start the clap and go like, who the hell is that? What, the dean of the what? The Diplomatic Corps? All right. Okay. Good.
And we are live. The speech and the president should be entering in about 8
What is what?
minutes
What-
or so.
I missed it.
The dean of the Diplomatic Corps, by the way, is Percy Kayota. He is the ambassador of Palau, and he has been in office since 1997. The dean is the longest serving ambassador in Washington.
Here we
It's
go.
an
They're all
honorary
waiting.
title, but then many ambassadors will attend this. In just a minute, you'll hear the Supreme Court announced. They are next up. So this should be interesting to see which of the 9.
Oh, yeah. I want to see
come
that.
in. Who
I
you
do
think
want
will
to
be
see
there?
who comes in.
I definitely think Kavanaugh will be there. Justice Kavanaugh, President Trump really sung his praises last week for his dissent in this tariff ruling. He said Justice Kavanaugh's stock is rising. So if I'm putting my money on anyone, it would be Justice Kavanaugh being among the justices there.
And
Oh, he'll be there.
Chief Justice Roberts almost has to.
Yeah, I think I was trying to think if he has to or if it's more of a given.
I don't think.
I think we will actually.
What's her
see
name
all
will be
3 of the
there.
Justices that the
Oh,
president
damn.
got in his last term,
Shut
even
up.
though Neil Gorsuch and Amy Coney Barrett are not in the president's
Coney
good
Barrett,
graces
that's
right
it.
now. I think they'll still want to sit there.
Nah, I don't think she will.
And listen to what he has to say.
I don't think she
and
will.
I think to your point, if this is Justice Alito's last,
Yeah. Fact
sit-in,
checker.
I think he'd want to be
Yeah.
there as well. Although, like we talked about, he sometimes skips these.
And there was the dip.
Here we go. Mr. Speaker. You
Mr.
can't.
Speaker, the Chief Justice and Associate Justices of the Supreme Court.
Let's see who's here. Okay. That's all their prom. There he is. There she is. Oh, Coney Barrett's there. Oh, who stayed out? Was it Thomas? He doesn't like to go to them anymore. Who? Yeah, I think Thomas stayed out. Is Alito there? I hope Alito's there. I love that guy. Yeah, oh well. Looks like Thomas isn't there. Yeah, I heard he doesn't like to go anymore.
And we are still here with Alex Gantitano and Marissa Schultz, two
It's gonna be
reporters
great.
who have been with us all night. So we had a little fun game there watching the Supreme Court come in. 4 members came in, Alex.
That's right. As we predicted, Kavanaugh is there. We know the president is very happy with him on that tariff ruling.
Right, she's
that
there.
he
Oh, look at that.
sided with him.
Vance went down to shake her
Coney Barrett
hand.
on the other side, the president is not so happy with. Yet she wanted to be there. Of course, he
About that?
appointed her in his first term. So
She's
I
very
think she's-
establishment. There was a
here's the
Puerto Rican judge.
one
I
of the
believe
newer
she was Puerto
members.
Rican.
Here's what the president
Cannot
has to
remember her
say.
name. Forgive me.
Yeah, only 4
She
of
was
them in there.
much better than Amy Coney Barrett, but Coney Barrett's name had come up in the past, and everybody's, oh, you got to put her on.
Greta
And this
Brown
other woman, I mean, she
noted
was like a Scalia on an appellate court and in her own
wearing a
court.
suit tonight.
And he picked Coney Barrett because he listened to people.
Well, I think you have to wear a suit and tie,
Yeah.
Right.
or at least I mean, he had a full suit on, but you have to wear a tie in either chamber still for the men.
Yeah, loyal C-SPAN viewers will know he's known for his casual dress, hoodies, shorts,
And at committee
Carhartts.
meetings too, right?
Yeah, and he votes with
All
our
right, so
side.
we've had the diplomatic corps, we've had the Supreme Court. I'm guessing that the cabinet will be next before the president. It is now 8:56 here on the
You know what? I
East
want to
Coast.
switch over.
8:57.
Can I?
The speech
Hang
is
on.
due to start at 9.
Let me see.
We're kind of on time here, but we do have some more to come in. But I would say within 5 minutes of 9 o'clock, somebody will come to the door. The clerk will come to the door. Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States. Let's see if we can hear.
Yeah, you
Mr.
think
Kavanaugh.
so? Let's see.
And there's Mrs. Vance.
There she is.
And she's due with their 4th in July, I believe.
Yeah, I think she's pregnant
Yeah,
again. Yeah.
She's there. And we have not seen Mrs. Trump enter yet.
Right. She'll be in
Oh, there's
Flotus.
Is he talking with the Supreme Court? He's
Oh,
talking with Elena
interesting.
Kagan.
Yeah, it looks like he's
Okay.
waiting to
She's the
head over
senior
there.
justice who was appointed by a Democratic president, I believe.
branches
We're gonna go
of
here
the
for
government,
now.
Traditionally, Article 2, where someone in the cabinet has been designated to stay on the outside in case of,
These
God
guys are
forbid, some
conservative, so
form
I figured
of catastrophe
till I get
long
yeeted.
practiced in our republic, as we are now celebrating 250 years come July 4th. So many of those celebrations already underway in municipalities across our great country, and now cheering in the
There we go.
chamber for special guests that are sitting in and around near the First
there
Lady.
she is.
And that's
They didn't
a
mention
special
her.
person they're clapping for. The
Or we
First
didn't hear.
Lady of the United States, Melania Trump, there with members
There's the whole
of the
family.
Trump family.
Nice. Look at Barron, man. What is he, like 6'4", 5"? Damn. We're getting close, guys. Let's make this up. Okay. There we go. And I will do my usual interruptions. All right, here we go. This might be it.
Mr. Speaker, the President's Cabinet.
The cabinet. That's right. Can't forget the cabinet. This is a winning cabinet, too. Marco. Nice. There he is, Besant. I love him. He's pretty funny when People try when people is he 6'8"? Are you serious? Wow. Barron Trump is 28 feet tall. Yeah, I know. How about her? How about her? I'd smash. Yeah, you and everybody else. There we go. They're coming in. And then it's Mrs. Beard, greatest president of the United States. Is that Hegseth? And my son called me tonight. He's stationed down in Texas. He said that they're changing everything. Yeah, how about her? Yeah, and they said that they're changing everything in the military right now. And they wanted him to go into a Bradley. He was like, no effing way. So, because they're boring as hell. They're a pain in the ass. I think he wants to remain a sniper. Yeah, all these guys that voted against him and talked shit about him, now they're all shaking his hand. Look at the cabal there behind him. Dick Durbin, Dickie Head Durbin, and Chuck U. Schumer standing next to each other. The Joint Chiefs. Where's Raisin Kane? That's his name. Chairman of the Joint Chiefs. His name is Raisin Kane. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah. That's funny. All right, here we go. Trump's got to be stylish. A minute late. Oh, there's Christy Noem. I don't want to miss it. And get yeeted. Oh, who's the old gentleman? Yeah, they sit around FLOTUS. Now you got to wonder what kind of shenanigans are the leftists going to do. There's probably a bunch of them sitting up in the balcony right now, with I don't know, Handmaid's Tale clothing underneath them. They throw their tops off, and here they put the habits. You don't know what the hell they're going to do. Trump's like, give him another minute. He knows how to make an entrance. She can find her seat. Yeah, but you know what? She's done a lot of things behind the scenes that we don't hear about that is really good. Oh, hey, Gina, how you doing? Yeah, I know. Me too. I can't wait to see the hissy fits of the left. A lot of them are boycotting, and they got this other thing going on, the People's State of the Union, where they're going to talk about how horrible things are because Trump's doing so well. So think about it. The Democrats that did show up, they're going to stay seated all night. What was the point? All right, here we go. Let's go. Come on. There's I can't wait. I think first he's going to tout everything that we've done. And the reason I love that is because there's a ton, look at that, RFK Jr., nice, in the dead center. There's a lot of people talking to Byron Donalds now. There's a lot of people out there that don't know boycotting is gendered language. Bigot. Yeah. Yeah, but there's a lot of people that don't know all the great things that are coming, that Trump has set up All I hear is the hatred from the left, the Democrats, and the media. But I repeat myself. It's got to be any second now. Come on. And I love that it's 2 Republicans going to be sitting behind the president. You won't see either of them tearing up the speech. Screw Nancy Pelosi. Mr. Speaker. Christy Nome. There she is. Klobuchar. Amy Klobuchar. You just want to shake her husband's hand because he made some other man very happy. There we go. Come on. Donald's like, I'm not going out until the ratings are above 50. It's success of the entire minute. Yeah. It really is. It's as good as we hoped for because now he doesn't have people fighting him from the inside. Yeah, he's got a cabinet. It actually gives a crap about his agenda. I love it. I just love it. Hopefully JD can carry on. I hope he puts Marco on. We'll have 8 years of JD and Marco and then 8 more of Marco and whoever. Byron Donald. Let's do that. Here we go.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
You didn't have the woman do it. Is that Brett Baer? Right there on the left? No. Let's see how many people dive over people just to get to him to shake his hand because they got pictures being taken. That's our guy. I'll show you the close-ups. You got close. There's Thune. How many Dems come over and kiss his ass? Look at all the Dems coming up. Can I take a picture with you? Get out of my face. Steve Scalise. They tried to kill him. What's Tom Cotton doing back? Get him out of here. They just tapped him. You notice that? He's like, yeah, it's me. He just went and tapped him. There's crazy eyes. I'm better than Melania. Yeah, exactly. Let's come back to here now with a different angle. Look who it is. Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Look at Al Green. Look at Steve Scalise grabbed at it and knocked it down. I love it. You see that shit? Oh, man. They're already up to it. Al Green's the one I was talking about. With the cane the last time. You're a fascist. You know what? Look at that. He actually shook her hand. Oh, why did he do that? All right. All right, making his way out. Look at them. They're all. Is that? Get out of here. Okay. He shook her hand. How about that? Amy Coney. Shook her hand. He's got to follow them. He does love our military. You got to give him that. You know, Biden hated them. Obama hated them. Biden did not hate the military until he went warm diarrhea brains, because they told him to. There he is, Mr. Fetterman. he turned from a crazy disappointment to okay. I won't vote for him most likely, but because he's a Dem, but he switched over, I would. Okay, here we go. Let's get that out there. All right, get all that off and let's do it. Get the good Lord. We're gonna have that up the whole time. All right, we're going back to here. Oh, I can't wait for the shenanigans to begin. Dr. Jade always says that the more he recuperates, the more conservative he gets. He was a commie. All right. Here we go. All right, let's stay here. I remember when this network started out with phones. They had cell phones, and everybody started donating.
Members of Congress, I have the high privilege and distinct honor of presenting to you the President of the United States.
Well, there's some Dems, most not, but some Dems are clapping.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. It's really an honor. Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, First Lady of the United States.
News did get clapped. He's just a clappy woman.
Second Lady of the United States.
I don't remember that being done in the past. Maybe it was. I just don't remember. See that old guy about to fall over? That would have been
Members of Congress and my fellow Americans. Our nation is back, bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before.
Right. They have to say how the state of the nation is. I love how he just did it. Really in the United States?
Less than 5 months from now, our country will celebrate an epic milestone in American history, the 250th anniversary of our glorious American independence. This July 4th, we will mark 2.5 centuries of liberty and triumph, progress and freedom in the most incredible and exceptional nation ever to exist on the face of the earth. And you've seen nothing yet. We're going to do better and better and better. This is the golden age of America.
Look how right side just shows the conservative. Yeah. They will.
When I last spoke in this chamber 12 months ago, I had just inherited a nation in crisis with a stagnant economy, inflation at record levels, a wide open border, horrendous recruitment for military and police, rampant crime at home, and wars and chaos all over the world. But tonight, after just 1 year, I can say with dignity and pride that we have achieved a transformation like no one has ever seen before, and a turnaround for the ages. It is indeed a turnaround for the ages.
And the Dems are like, oh, we hate that. Look at them all sitting. Oh, one got up. They're all sitting. Look at them. They got up and walked out. Ah, screw you. Look at them all leaving. Yeah, bye.
And we will never go back to where we were just a very short time ago. We're not going back. Today, our border is secure.
They're yelling out. I love how they drown out the left nuts.
Thank you. Today, our border is secure. Our spirit is restored. Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising fast. The roaring economy is roaring like never before.
Yep.
And our enemies are scared. Our military and police are stacked.
They are.
And America is respected again, perhaps like never before.
Yep.
After 4 years in which millions and millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders, totally unvetted and unchecked,
Yeah.
we now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far.
Yep. Look at this. They're all sitting. We want the illegals. Dig it. Look at this. Can you believe this shit? Wow. Wow. They're just
In
sitting
the past 9 months, 0 illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States. But we will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love
That's
our
it. That's
country
always
and will
asking.
work hard to maintain our country.
Yeah, that's always asking, right?
The flow of deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record 56% in 1 year.
Nice.
And last year, the murder rate saw its single largest decline in recorded history. This is the biggest decline, think of it, in recorded history, the lowest number in over 125 years, year 1900. In fact, substantially before my wonderful father, I had a wonderful father, Fred, before he was born, substantially before he was born. That's a long time ago. He wouldn't like me to say that, but that's a long time ago. The Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country. But in 12 months, my administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months of 2025, it was down to 1.7%.
Yep.
Gasoline, which reached a peak of over $6 a gallon in some states under my predecessor, it was quite honestly a
Air shells
disaster.
by.
It's now
Exactly.
below $2.30 a gallon in most states, and in some places, $1.99 a gallon. And when I visited the great state of Iowa just a few weeks ago, I even saw $1.85 a gallon for gasoline.
Oh, the Dems can't have that.
Mortgage rates are the lowest in 4 years and falling fast.
Yep.
And the annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000 just since I took office. 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
And low interest rates will solve the Biden-created housing problem while at the same time protecting the values of those people who already own a house that really feel rich for the first time in their lives. We want to protect those values. We want to keep those values up.
Right.
We're
He
gonna
just
do
told
both.
the Europeans that. Saying we will never become
And we are going to keep it that
a
way.
renter's nation.
The stock market has set 53. They're all gaining. Everybody's up, way up. In 4 long years, the last administration got less than $1 trillion in new investment in the United States. And when I say less, substantially less. In 12 months, I secured commitments for more than $18 trillion pouring in from all over the globe.
That's right. Look at her.
I am angry.
Oh, and there's the freak from Delaware.
Think of it, much less than $1 trillion for 4 years versus much more than
They really
$18
are. You're right.
trillion for
They
1
really
year.
are. They're
What a
children.
difference a president makes.
All right, we can come back to here now.
Think of it, much less than $1 trillion for 4 years versus much more than $18 trillion for 1 year. What
when
a
they put the
difference
ads
a
up.
president makes.
Because I'm not using ads.
A short time ago, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world, the hottest.
The left is all sitting.
As thousands of new businesses are forming in factories, plants, and laboratories are being built, we have added 70,000 new construction jobs in just a very short period of time. It's getting bigger and bigger and stronger. Nobody can believe what they're watching. American oil production is up by more than 600,000 barrels a day, and we just received from our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil.
Nice. And the Dems don't care. I mean, your energy policy is the life of your country. They don't give a damn. They don't have to worry
American
about
natural gas production is at an all-time high because I kept my promise to drill, baby, drill. More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more working today. And 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector.
Yep. We got rid of a lot of those public sector jobs, which is good. Absolutely, Angela.
We ended DEI in America.
It should be called DIE. That's what happens to your company.
We
That
cut a
blonde over on
record
the left
number
must
of
be
job-killing
annoying the hell out of them.
regulations, and in 1 year, we have lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record off of food stamps.
See, now they're going to go, how could he brag about it? Because it was fraud. It was all fraud.
And for all of these reasons, I say tonight, members of Congress, the state of our union is strong.
And we're all sitting. That woman there in the front here in the maroon, whatever that is, she's got to be driving them nuts. She's clapping in their ears.
Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country.
I love when he does this.
Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much.
That's funny.
And I say, no, no, no.
We're
You're
gonna
going to win
win.
again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation
Love it.
proud.
He brought him in.
The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
I love it, man. He brought them in. There they are. How cool is this, guys? How cool is this? Look at that. They're all pro you. I love it. I love we finally got a team that loves the country. Hasn't been that way for a long time. Oh, wait till he goes scorched earth. I hear he's going to do it. He's going to tout all the things that we achieved and that, and then he's going to go bombshell on them. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I love it. The girls couldn't show up, but they said they would like to visit him in the White House. They had something else they had to do, and they couldn't get out of it. Look at Susan Collins. Like, you got to love it, man. Are the Dems up? Oh, wow.
That's the first time I've ever seen them get up. And actually, not all of them did get up. But they beat a fantastic Canadian team in overtime, as everybody saw, as did the American women who will soon be coming to the White House.
Yeah. Yeah, he wanted to honor them too, but they were busy. Are they there? They're all looking up. I don't know. Look at that. They're clapping. How about that? Or no, that's our military. Sorry. How about that? How about that? That's awesome.
They were in the Oval Office before. And I just want to say a second very big congratulations to Team USA. But I have to say that, and I told them this, and we took a vote of the team. I said, anybody votes no, I'm not doing it. So they stood there and they weren't about to say no, because I'd never seen a goaltender play as well as goalie Connor Hellebuck.
That's good. That's good. I love that he's doing that. In hockey, that's a thing. Yeah, they're all softball and lacrosse. Maybe you're on fire tonight.
Think of it, 46 shots on goal, and I asked him, the one shot, the one where you put your stick in the back and it hit the neck of your stick and bounced off. You practice that, or was that a little lucky? He refused to answer that question. But I just want to tell you that the members of this great hockey squad will be very happy to hear, based on their vote and my vote, and in this case, my vote was more important, that I will soon be presenting Connor with our highest civilian honor, which we will be given and which has been given to many athletes over the years. But when I say many, not too many, like 12, it's called the highest civilian honor in our country, the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Who's going to give it to him? How about that? That's cool. He's flying, vote.
Great athletes have gotten that, very great, the best. And I thought he deserved it. And I did take a vote, every single one of them. I said, I'm not giving it if anybody goes no. And every single one of them rapidly put up their hand.
Oh, yeah. Why
so I want to thank you. What a special job you did. What special champions you are. Thank you very much.
I love that. That's cool. That's really cool.
I'm also pleased to say that the next time the Olympic torch is lit, it will be here in America for the 2028 Olympics, and it's the summer version right in Los Angeles. We're going to do a good job in Los Angeles.
Cool.
And Los Angeles is going to be safe, just like Washington, D.C. is now one of the safest cities in the country.
All because of one man. I mean, imagine that. Because one guy had the balls to say, we're going to clean this town up.
And this year, and I must say, I got them both. I got them in my first term, and I was disappointed because I didn't think I'd be the president when this happened. But strange things took place. And now I've got them because I got the Olympics and I got the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And I wanted to claim the 250th, but I didn't get away with that one.
Louis.
I couldn't claim that one for myself.
What's up, brother?
But we're
Good. I'm
getting
glad
the
you made
World
it.
Cup. So we have the World Cup and the Olympics coming. And that is exciting news.
Yep, it is. Oh, now they're going off. Mm.
So this will be a year to celebrate our country and the heroes who have kept it free. Men like Buddy Taggart. At age 17, Buddy volunteered to defend America in World War II, serving in the Pacific under the great General Douglas MacArthur. He fought bravely in the famous Battle of Manila, worked so hard. He was badly wounded, the largest anywhere in the world. But he earned many honors, including a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star, came home, started a family, and tonight he is in the gallery looking forward to July 4th, 2026.
My son's going to be in
100th
D.C.
birthday.
for that. He's going to be one of the ones marching in front of the president. He's like, I'm not getting up. I said, you got to get up, dude. I can't get up. We should help him up. Oh, there he is. All right. I thought it was the old guy down below. Sorry. He looks better. Sixers game. I got it, man. Nice.
So, Buddy, you're a brave man, and we salute you. Even in times of challenge, setback, and immense heartache, the spirit of 1776 has always shone through very brightly. It was July 4th of last year when floodwaters tore through a girls' summer camp in Central Texas.
Remember
One of
that?
the worst things I've ever seen. I was there, rising 26 feet in the matter of minutes, tragically claiming many, many lives. You all remember that one. As the
Yep.
waters threatened to sweep her away, 11-year-old Millie Kate McClelland closed her eyes and prayed to God. She thought she was going to die. Those prayers were answered when Coast Guard rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin descended from a helicopter above. Nobody knew where he came from.
Mm-hmm.
It was Scott's first ever rescue mission. Young guy, but very brave, very, very top, always top in his class. And he lifted not just Millie Kate, but 164 others to safety.
Wow. I never heard that story. I think the Dems got up. Wow, how about that? Where is he? There he is. Good man. Good man.
People watched Scott from a distance, and they couldn't believe what they were seeing. The winds were blowing, the rain was pouring, everything was going, and that rapid water, nobody's ever seen anything like it. They said, wow, that's something. Tonight, Scott and Millie Kate are here together, reunited for the very first time. Thank you, Scott, Millie Kate.
It does, man. You're right, Lou. It does.
And Petty Officer Ruskin, I'm pleased to inform you that I am now awarding you the Legion of Merit for extraordinary heroism, which is what it was, extraordinary heroism. Thank you. Military aid to please come down.
Oh, wow. I'm going to give it to him here.
Military aid. Thank you very much. Take care of that very important service.
How about that?
Thank you very much.
You're going to come down.
From 1776 to today, every generation of Americans has stepped forward to defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they're really doing it for the next generation.
It would be CNN.
Now it's
dude.
our turn. Together, we're building a nation where every child has the
Bobby, your
chance
trip,
to reach
man.
higher,
I love you.
go further, where government answers to the people, not the powerful, and where the interests of hardworking American citizens are always our first and ultimate concern.
Well played, Bobby.
That is the debt we owe to the heroes who came before us, and that is the promise we must keep to America for our 250th year.
Yep.
Last year, I urged this Congress to begin the mission by passing the largest tax cuts in American history, and our Republican majorities delivered so beautifully. Thank you, Republicans.
Yeah. Screw off, Democrats. It was funny, man.
All Democrats, every single one of them, voted against these really important and very necessary, massive tax cuts.
Look at the two guys behind him. Mike Johnson's like, oh my God, he's actually doing it. I love it. And Vance is like,
They wanted
my boss.
Large-scale tax increases to hurt the people instead.
Look at
But we
Schumer.
held strong, and with the great, big, beautiful bill, we gave you no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors.
Yep. And the Gray Panthers ought to remember that when it comes time to vote.
And we also made interest on auto loans tax deductible the first time,
Yep.
but only if the car is made in America.
Yep. Chuck Hughes Schumer.
Recently in Pennsylvania, I met Megan Hemhauser, a devoted mom who's homeschools her children, beautiful, 2 children, during the day while waiting tables at night as her husband works overtime operating very heavy equipment. Megan is here this evening, and she's happy to tell you that she is so much richer because with no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and her expanded child tax credit done again by Republicans, Megan and her husband will
See, he
take
needs
home
to
more
tell
than
the world this.
$5,000 extra just
Good.
for the year, cutting her tax bill in more than half.
Good. He needs to tell the American people because you're not going to hear it on ABC, NBC, CBS, and all the rest.
Megan, please stand up. We're fighting for you, Megan.
All right. Nice.
Thank you, Megan.
That's cool.
Thank you, Megan. We're fighting for you, Megan. Under our bill, parents like Megan can also activate their children's brand new Trump accounts. And I didn't name
Yeah.
it. I did not name that. Nobody believes me, but I did not name it. It was named by a very tall man sitting right there in the third row. Nice man, a good man. Tax-free investment accounts for every American child. This is something that's so special.
This is
and
actually good.
Taken off and gone through the roof. Millions will be pre-funded courtesy of the U.S. Treasury and private individuals like Michael and Susan Dell, who have donated $6.25 billion to fund the Trump accounts for 25 million American children.
Nice. Yeah, see,
they're great people.
You're not going to hear all that crap from our media. You're just not. Anglo, thank you. Thank you, sir. Please don't desert Europe, Donald. We will win. Yeah, he's trying.
I asked Michael Dell, how do you make all that money? He said,
trying to censor
well,
us
I just sat on
right
my
now.
dorm in school and I made computers and I'd sell them to people. And I just kept selling and selling and selling. And pretty amazing story. That's called the American dream. He sold a lot of computers, a lot of those laptops. So I congratulate him on that. But I really thank him and Susan, as well as others like Brad Gerstner, a very tremendous guy. He was behind it right from the beginning. Brad Gerstner. Thank you, Brad.
Cool. I'm glad he's telling this stuff.
So with modest additional contributions, these young people's accounts could grow to over $100,000 or more by the time they turn 18. Think of it. How much money is that for somebody that started with nothing? Over 100,000, could be much more than
You're
that.
right, though, we are.
To make this investment in our children's future, go to trumpaccounts.gov, trumpaccounts.gov. And a lot of people are doing it. It's setting every record in the book. It's popular. They knew what it was going to take. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of the people that got it started. And now it's just taken off. One of the primary reasons for our country's stunning economic turnaround, the biggest in history, where the Dow Jones broke 50,000 4 years ahead of schedule, and the S&P hit 7,000, where it wasn't supposed to do it for many years, were tariffs.
Yep.
I used these tariffs, took in hundreds of billions of dollars to make great deals for our country, both economically and on a national security basis.
People have to hear
Everything was working well. Countries that were ripping
Gonna
us off
rip
for
the Supreme
decades are now
Court.
paying us hundreds of billions of dollars. They were ripping us so badly. You all know that. Everybody knows it. Even the Democrats know it. They just don't want to say it. And yet these countries are now happy, and so are we. We made deals. The deals are all done. And they're happy. They're not making money like they used to, but we're making a lot of money. There was no inflation, tremendous growth. And the big story was how Donald Trump called the economy correctly. And 22 Nobel Prize winners in economics didn't. They got it totally wrong.
Yep, they did.
They got it really
They
wrong.
got it wrong in 2016
And then just 4 days
2020 as
ago, an
well.
unfortunate ruling from the United States Supreme Court. It just came down. It came down. Very unfortunate ruling.
I can't believe he did that. Wow.
But the good news is that almost all countries and corporations want to keep the deal
Yeah,
that they already made.
but it's better
Right,
for them.
Scott? Knowing that the legal power that I, as president, have to make a new deal could be far worse
There's
for
one
them.
out of the four of them.
And
that
therefore,
voted
they
with
will
Trump.
continue to work along the same successful path that we had negotiated before the Supreme Court's unfortunate involvement. So despite the disappointing ruling, these powerful country saving, it's saving our country, the kind of money we're taking in, peace protecting. Many of the wars I settled was because of the threat of tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to settle them without. Will remain in place under fully approved and tested
More than that,
alternative legal statutes.
It's like
They've
310
been
trillion
tested for a long time.
unfunded
They're a little more
mandate.
complex, but they're actually probably better, leading to a solution that will be even stronger than before. Congressional action will not be necessary. It's already time tested and approved. As time goes by, I believe the tariffs paid for by foreign countries will, like in the past, substantially replace the modern day system of income tax, taking a great financial burden off the people that I love.
What's up, Commander? Good to see you, brother.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. No, he's never going away.
Moving forward, factories, jobs, investment, and trillions of dollars will continue pouring into the United States of America because we finally have a president who puts America first. I put America first. I love America.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like $300 trillion.
For decades before I came along, we had the exact opposite. From trade to healthcare, from energy to immigration, everything was stolen and rigged in order to drain the wealth out of the productive, hardworking people
Forgotten
who
men
make
and
our
women.
country great, who make our country run.
Look at her.
Under Biden and his corrupt partners in Congress and beyond, it reached a breaking point with the Green New Scam.
I love it.
Open borders for everyone. They poured in by the millions and millions from
Look at
prisons,
Johnson. He's like,
from mental institutions. They were
he's gonna
murders.
explode. He wants to laugh.
11,888 murders. They came into our country. You allowed that to happen. And
And Mark
record-setting
Kelly.
inflation that cost the typical family $34,000 in just a speck of time. Now the same people in this chamber who voted for those disasters suddenly use the word affordability, a word they just used it. Somebody gave it to them, knowing full well that they caused and created
yeah,
the increased prices that
they did.
all of our citizens had to endure. You caused that
Look at how
problem.
King Jeffrey. Oh, listen
You
to this.
caused that problem.
You caused that problem. I love the fact that he's doing this. God, I love this.
My president.
Yeah. Look at that. They're giving a standing O on the right. Love it. Love it. People need
They
to
knew
hear
their
this.
statements were a lie. They knew it. They knew their statements were a dirty, rotten lie. Their
Wow.
policies created the high prices. Our policies are rapidly ending them. We are doing really well. Those prices are plummeting downward.
I love it. Look at her. Look at him. Ah, Mr. Delaware and Chief
The
Crazy
price of
Bitch.
eggs is down 60%.
They're leaving. Look at that. More leaving.
Thank you.
Ah, you gotta love it.
The cost of chicken, butter, fruit, hotels, automobiles, rent is lower today than when I took office by a lot. And even beef, which was very high, is starting to come down significantly. Just hold on a little while. We get
I love that he's doing this.
And soon you will see numbers that few people
did that.
would think
I love
were
it.
possible to achieve just a short time ago. Nobody can believe when they see the kind of numbers, and especially energy, when they see energy going down to numbers like that, they cannot believe it. It's like another big tax cut. I'm also confronting one of the biggest ripoffs of our times,
Chief
the
Spreading
crushing
Bull.
cost of health care
Look at this.
caused by you.
I
Since the
love it.
passage of the
Caused by
Unaffordable
you.
Care Act, sometimes referred to as Obamacare, big insurance companies have gotten rich. It was
They
meant for the
did.
insurance
He's
companies,
right.
not for the people. With our government
They're yelling
giving
at
them
him.
hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars a year as their stock prices soared 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, and even
There he is. There's the man.
1,700%, like nothing else. That's
I like
why
him a
I
lot.
introduced the great healthcare plan. I want to stop all payments to big insurance companies and
Yes.
instead give that money directly to the people
Yep.
so they can buy their own healthcare, which will be better healthcare at a much lower cost.
Yep. And they're not going to be getting the kick. Look at Warnock. I'm gonna fuck him up. You watch. Warnock, the thief.
In addition, my plan requires maximum price transparency. That's a big deal. Sounds so simple, so big. And I did that in my first term, and the Democrats immediately terminated it with full knowledge that they were doing a very bad thing for the people. Costs were going to go way up, and that's what happened. And now I'm bringing them way down on healthcare and everything
This
else.
is how he has to do
I'm
it.
also
guys.
ending the wildly inflated cost of prescription drugs like has never happened before.
Look at this. I'm just an old fart. Leave me alone.
Other presidents tried to do it, but they never could. They tried. Most didn't try, actually. But they tried. They said they tried. They couldn't do it. They didn't even come close. They were all talk and no action. But I got it done.
I love
Under
it,
my
man. I
just
love it.
enacted most favored nation agreements, Americans who have for decades paid by far
love this.
the highest prices of any nation anywhere in the world for prescription drugs will now pay the lowest price anywhere in the world for drugs. Anywhere. The lowest price.
Nice. Yeah, he negotiated all that.
So in my first year of the second term, should be my third term, but strange things happen.
He's trolling them again.
I took
Look at JD.
prescription drugs, a very big part of
Love it.
healthcare,
Love it.
from the highest price in the entire world to the lowest.
Yep.
That's a big achievement.
Hammer it home,
The
brother.
result is price differences of 300, 400, 500, 600% and more, all available right now at a new website called TrumpRx.gov. And I didn't
I
name
love
that
it.
one either, by the way.
Susan Collins has like resting bitch face right now if you saw her.
And here tonight is the
Yep,
very first
they have
customer ever to get that big discount, and it is big. Catherine Rayner. For 5 years, she and her husband have struggled with infertility, and they turned to IVF. One drug has been costing Catherine $4,000 to purchase. But a few weeks ago, she logged onto the Trump RX website and got that same drug that cost $4,000, got it for under $500, a reduction of much more actually
go.
than $3,500.
That's because we were
Catherine, we are
subsidizing the rest of the
here,
world.
and you're going to be a great mom.
Americans were paying for that, the higher prices that other countries didn't have to. He said, no, you're not doing that shit anymore.
So now I'm calling on Congress to codify my most favored nation program into law. Now, the one thing I'm not sure it matters, because it's going to be very hard for somebody that comes along after me to say, let's raise drug prices by 700 or 800%.
Yeah.
But
And they
John
will.
and Mike, if you don't mind, codify it anyway. They may do it. Codify it anyway. Thank you. Many Americans are also concerned that energy demand from
Mike.
AI data centers could unfairly drive up their electric utility bills. Tonight, I'm pleased to announce that I have negotiated the new Ratepayer Protection Pledge. You know what that is? We're telling the major tech companies that they have the obligation to provide for their own power needs. They can build their own power plants as part of
And
their
they're doing it.
factory,
They're happy to do
so
it.
that no one's prices will go up. And in many cases,
Dems would have
prices
never
of
done that.
electricity will go down for the community, and very substantially down. This is a unique strategy never used in this country before. We have an old grid. It could never handle the
Look at
kind
Besson.
of
He's like,
numbers, the amount of electricity that's needed. So I'm telling them they
Guy
can
in the
build
back
their own
nodding.
plant. They're going to produce their own electricity. It will ensure the company's ability to get electricity while at the same time lowering prices of electricity for you, and could be very substantial for all of you cities and towns. You're going to see some good things happen over the next number of years. Another pillar of the American dream that has been under attack is home ownership. With us tonight is Rachel Wiggins, a mom of two from Houston. She placed bids on 20
Nice,
homes and
Steve.
lost all of those bids to
Hank Johnson.
gigantic investment firms that bypassed inspection, paid all cash, and turned those houses into rentals, stealing away her American dream. She was devastated. Stories like this are why last month I signed executive order to ban large Wall Street investment firms from buying up into thousands single-family homes.
you will own nothing and you'll be happy. They were trying to do that here. Yeah.
And now I'm asking Congress to make that ban permanent, because homes for people Really, that's what we want. We want homes for people, not for corporations. Corporations are doing just fine.
He just told the
Racel,
European
thank you very
leaders
much. Good luck with your home.
He
You'll get
said,
one soon.
America will never be a renter's nation.
We're also working to make it easier for Americans to save for retirement. And under this administration, we will always protect Social Security and Medicare. They are not protecting it for our seniors. We will always protect Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid.
Yep. And they are not protecting it. They don't want it.
Since I took office, the
They're
typical
free over.
401k balance is up by at least $30,000. That's a lot of money.
Mine is. Hey, Simon, what's up, brother? Good
Millions
to
and
see you.
millions of people, because the stock market has done so well, setting all those records, your 401ks are way up. Yet half of all of working Americans still do not have access to a retirement plan with matching contributions from an employer. To remedy this gross disparity, I'm announcing that next year my administration will give these often forgotten American workers, great people, the people that built our country, access to the same type of retirement plan offered to every federal worker. We will match your contribution with up to
Look at her.
$1,000
Oh my
each year as we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market. Let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
There you go. Right there. That just pissed off half the Congress. Left us standing. We can't let them know that we do it too.
They stood up for that. I can't believe it.
Nah, he's right.
I can't believe it. I
You
can't
gotta love-
believe it.
He has such a sense of humor. I
Did
love
Nancy
him.
Pelosi stand up if she was here?
Oh.
Doubt it. Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay.
Yep. Look at him. Rich Blumenthal. Stolen
I
Valor
wasn't sure if
Blumenthal.
anybody even on this side was going to applaud for that. I'm very impressed. Thank you. I'm very impressed. But when it comes to the corruption that is plundering, it's plundering America. There's been no more stunning example than Minnesota,
Yeah.
where
Here we
members
go.
of the Somali community have pillaged an estimated $19 billion from the American taxpayer. Oh, we have all the information. And in actuality, the number is much higher than that. And California, Massachusetts, Maine, and many other states are even worse. This is the kind of corruption that shreds the fabric of a nation, and we are working on it like you wouldn't believe. So tonight, although started
Round them
4
out.
months ago, I am officially announcing the war on fraud to be led by our great Vice President J.D. Vance.
There you go. Look at Ilhan. He was the one yelling.
We'll get it done. And if we're able to find enough of that fraud, we will actually have a balanced budget overnight. It'll go very quickly.
Yeah, get
That's
rid
the
of
kind
that
of money
fraud.
you're talking about. We'll balance our budget. The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota remind us
Somali
that there are
pirate.
large parts of the world where bribery, corruption, and lawlessness are the norm, not
Look at
the
her shaking
exception.
her head.
Importing these cultures through unrestricted immigration and open borders
I love it.
brings those
Look what he's
problems
doing.
right here to the USA. And it is the American
Yep.
people who pay the price in higher medical bills, car insurance rates, rent, taxes, and perhaps most importantly, crime. We will take care of this problem.
There she
We're
is,
going to take care
Rashida
of this
Tlaib.
problem. We are not
I
playing
wonder what
games.
happened to her.
Delilah.
You gotta love it. Yep.
Delilah Colton was only 5 years old in June, 2024, when a 18-wheel tractor trailer plowed into her stopped car traveling at 60 miles an hour or more. The driver was an illegal alien let in by Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California.
Yep.
Doctors said Delilah would never be able to walk or talk, have a good life. She wouldn't even be able to eat again.
Oh,
But against all odds, she is now in the first grade learning to walk. And she's here this evening with her dad, Marcus, a fantastic man. Delilah, please, you are a great inspiration. Please stand up.
Yeah. Aw. You're a cutie. She's a cutie. Yeah, they were giving out, that was a whole scandal. They were giving out CDLs to illegal aliens because they were making tons of money off of it.
Thank you, Delilah. Many, if not most, illegal aliens do not speak English and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direction, speed, danger, or location. That's why tonight I'm calling on Congress to pass what we will call the Delilah Law, barring any state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens.
Right. And that was a big thing in California. It gave like, Bobby, how many licenses did they give away to these illegals, the CDL in California? Because somebody that had a friend in politics
as you probably saw at the White
made a ton of
House,
money
I
off
hosted
it.
a ceremony with
The schools.
Americans who lost their treasured loved ones to the scourge of illegal immigration. People came into our country, how we allowed this to happen with our open borders. These are the angel moms and families that for decades our
CNN called them
government
so-called
betrayed and our
angel
media totally ignored. It was terrible.
Yeah.
Hard to believe, actually. In 2023, a 16-year-old high school cheerleader named Elizabeth Medina was supposed to perform in her town's Christmas
You really
parade,
need to hammer this.
but she never arrived. Her mother, Jacqueline, went home to look for her, and she
He's
found her
always like
lying
this,
dead
eh?
in a bathtub,
We love the man.
bleeding profusely after being stabbed 25 times.
Can you imagine?
Elizabeth's killer was a previously arrested illegal alien who had broken in and brutally extinguished the brightest light in her family's life.
Unreal, man.
Violently
And the
and
Dems
viciously.
won't stand for her either.
Her heartbroken mother is in the gallery to remind everyone in this chamber exactly why we are deporting illegal alien criminals to our country at record numbers, and we're getting them the hell out of here fast. We don't want them.
Yeah, get up. How many Dems are going to get up? Not many. Couple. They're probably in Trump districts. And look at them. They all stayed seated. Look at that. That tells you a lot, guys. I know, man. Well, because they were making a shit ton of money
Thank you very
off
much.
the schools because
Thank you.
they were foreigners, so the government
We can never
was paying
forget
for it.
that many in this room
Exactly, Bobby.
not
This
only
is what
allowed
we all
the
voted for.
border invasion to happen before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over again if they ever had the chance. If they ever got elected, they would open up those borders.
They
to
would immediately.
Some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world. The only thing standing between Americans and a wide open border right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress. Thank you.
What he's doing, guys, this is strategic. He's telling people that normally don't hear this kind of stuff the truth. And he's letting you know the Democrats are evil.
As we speak, Democrats in this chamber have cut off all funding for the Department of Homeland Security. It's all cut off. It's all cut off. They have instituted another Democrat shutdown, the first one costing us 2 points on GDP. 2 points we lost on GDP, which probably made them quite
Look at
happy,
that. Look
actually.
at the look on his face. Next
Now
to
they have
Jamie
closed
Raskin.
the agency responsible for protecting Americans from terrorists and murders.
Look at that.
Tonight, I'm demanding the full and immediate restoration of all funding for the border security, homeland security of the United States, and also for helping people clean up their snow. We have no money because of the Democrats, and it would be nice. We'd love to give you a hand at cleaning it up, but you gave no money. Nobody's getting paid. It's a shame. So you have to think about it. We have, in case you didn't know, pretty large snowstorm out there. One of the great things about the State of the Union
He fell asleep.
is how it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really
Like,
believe.
dude, you're on
So
camera.
tonight, I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle.
Oh shit, I'm on camera.
If you agree with this statement,
They put the
then
name
stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Yes, thank you. And they won't get up, and they're not. Look at that. Can you believe they stayed seated? Louie, thank you. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, brother. We got to hang out soon, brother. Look at this. He's like, look at that. Not one of them stood up. That's just unreal. That's the look at this look on his face. Watch, he'll say something. You think he would stand up for the American people, and they don't. This is damaging them. Right. Absolutely. He's going to let it happen because it's sinking in, guys. It's true, man. Look at Mark Kelly. He's like, I hate this son of a bitch. That's why I told the military not to follow him. Look at him. He's sitting there like, you genius, evil SOB. Oh, cool, man. Yeah. Stand up for Americans, not illegals. Everybody is like that.
You should be
no matter where you
ashamed
live.
of yourself not standing up.
Yeah. Oh,
You
look at
should
that.
be ashamed of yourself.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
That
I
is
love
why
it.
I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities
Look at her yelling.
that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many
What'd she
cases,
say?
drug lords,
You have what?
murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people
Look at these two,
out of our
Jensen.
country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Look out. You should be ashamed. This is fire, man. I love this. I love this. You should be ashamed of yourself. And that was Rashida Tlaib right next to her. Another one just like her. Well, not as bad, but bad.
And perhaps most importantly, I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act.
Yes. Yes. And look, not one of them's going to stand because it means they can't cheat anymore.
To stop illegal
I married my
aliens
brother.
and others who are unpermitted persons from voting in our sacred American elections. The cheating is rampant in our elections.
Look at
It's
Tulsi.
rampant.
She's like, oh my God, he's doing
It's
it.
very simple. All voters must show voter ID.
Yeah. Yeah. How about it? Look at Hakeem.
All voters must show proof of citizenship in order
Yep.
to vote.
Yeah. Thank you. That's
And
right.
no more crooked mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or
Yep.
travel.
Yep.
None.
Love that.
And this should be an easy one. And by the way, it's polling at 89%, including Democrats. 89%.
Right. And these clowns will not go for it because they'll never win another election. They'll never win.
And even the new communist mayor of New York City, I think he's a nice guy, actually. Speak to him a lot. Bad policy, but nice guy. Just said they want people to shovel snow. They got hit hard. Wants them to shovel snow, but
and you got to
if
show
you're
ID.
That job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a
Can you
social
imagine?
security
I shit
card.
you not. Look at Scalise, like
Yet
loving
they
it.
want identification for the greatest privilege of them all, voting in America. No,
Yeah.
it's no good.
You can't, but you got because they.
Both Republicans and Democrats overwhelmingly agree on the policy
true.
that
It's true.
we just enunciated. And Congress should unite and enact this common sense, country-saving legislation right now, and it should be before anything
And they lied
else
about it.
happens.
They want you to think that Trump wants you to bring your birth certificate every time you vote. No. If you registered to vote and you haven't moved since then, nothing changes for you. But the state actually said nothing. Go vote. There's nothing changes. Nothing. It's when you register to vote. And the things that you got to register for, it's already in every state. They have a law for it.
And the reason they don't want to do it, why would anybody not want voter ID? One reason, because they want to cheat. There's only one reason. They make up all excuses. They say it's racist. They come up with things. You almost say, what imagination.
I know, isn't it, ma'am?
They want to
I'm
cheat.
so glad you
They
guys
have
are here and I'm
cheated,
sharing
and
this
their
with you.
policy is so bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat.
Louis and
we're
I
gonna
used to do this
stop
all the
it.
time
We
on
have
the
to
phone.
Stop it, Josh.
Yeah, he said, we have to stop it, John, because Thune is like holding off. I don't know why. For weeks now, he's holding it
And
off.
here's one more
The vote.
opportunity to show common sense in government. In the gallery tonight are Sage Blair and her mother, Michelle. In 2021, Sage was 14 when school officials in Virginia sought to socially transition her to a new
right, Pat.
gender, treating her as a boy
Yeah, and she came
and
back.
hiding it from her parents.
Yep.
Hard to believe, isn't it?
She came back, though.
Before long, a confused Sage ran away from home after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland. A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an all-boys state home and suffered terribly for a long time.
Yeah.
But today, all of that is behind them because Sage is a proud and wonderful young woman with a full ride scholarship to Liberty University.
Nice. Liberty
Sage
University.
and Michelle, please stand up.
Look at her. I love that. Yeah. Represent, Lou.
And thank you for your great bravery. And who can believe that we're even speaking about things like this? 15 years ago, if somebody was up here and said that, they'd say, what's wrong with him? But now we have to say it because it's going on all over numerous states without even telling the parents.
Yeah.
But surely we can all agree no state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe that we even
And there's judges that are throwing the parents in jail and taking the kid.
Ban it immediately.
It's just unreal. I don't know if Trump will get banned for saying this on this platform.
Look, nobody stands up. These people are crazy. I'm telling you, they're crazy.
You hear him? These people are crazy. Yeah, he's right. They are crazy. I love this, man. This is the best.
Amazing. Boy, oh boy. We're lucky we have a country with people like this. Democrats are destroying
Look
our
at 'em
country,
yelling.
but we've stopped it just in the nick of time, didn't we?
Say, okay, Karen. This is
No
the
one
best.
cares more about protecting America's youth than our wonderful First Lady. Now a movie star. She's a movie star. Can you believe it?
This is
Who
like
would
the
have
best
believed that?
I've seen.
Over the past year, she has had an incredible impact championing AI legislation, advancing a landmark executive order on foster care, and helping secure $30 million to launch the Melania Trump Foster Youth to Independence Initiative. It's a tremendous, really a tremendous thing that happened and had a lot of bipartisan support. She gets much better bipartisan support than I do. I get none. She gets a lot. Someday you're going to have to tell me how you did that. And students and educators in every state have joined the First Lady's efforts in the presidential AI challenge, keeping America's next generation positioned to succeed and strongly succeed in the future. Tonight, we welcome two young people whose lives reflect the First Lady's impact, Sierra Burns and Everest Nevermont. Thank you both, and Melania, thank you. I know how hard you worked on it. Thank you very much.
Yeah. He's full of grace too, man. He really is. Compared to the rest. Look at Barron, man. Looks like a mini Trump, like a young Trump.
I'm very proud to say that during my time in office, both the first 4 years and in particular this last year, there has been a tremendous renewal in religion, faith, Christianity.
We are going through a revival. We really are. That's what happens when you have, when you have demons in office for 4 years. We're going through that's why they killed Charlie Kirk.
This is especially true among young people, and a big part of that had to do with my great friend, Charlie Kirk. Great guy, great man.
There she is. There's Erica.
So last year, Charlie was violently murdered by an assassin and martyred, really martyred for his beliefs.
Yep.
His wonderful wife, Erica, is with us tonight. Erica, please stand.
God bless you. They're trying to trash her, the left. She got demon eyes and all that. I mean, come on. It is, man. It really is. It's great. We do this every year.
Been through a lot.
When Trump's
in Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject political violence of any kind.
Now they're going to go, can you understand? Because that's all they have. Oh, now the left gets up. You got to love it, man.
We love religion, and we love bringing it back. And it's coming back at levels that nobody actually thought possible.
Yep.
It's really a beautiful thing to see. Above all, unleashing America's promise requires keeping our communities safe. We have made incredible strides, yet dangerous repeat offenders continue to be released by pro-crime Democrat politicians again and again.
It's true.
We're honored to be joined tonight by a woman who's been through hell, Anya Zarutska. In 2022, she and her beautiful daughter, so beautiful, what a beautiful young woman, Irina, fled war-torn Ukraine to live with relatives near Charlotte, North Carolina. And by the way, what's going on with Charlotte? Last summer, 23-year-old Irina was riding home on the train when a deranged monster,
it's unreal,
who had been arrested over a dozen times and was released through no cash bail, stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. No one will ever forget. There were people on that train. No one will ever forget the expression of terror on Irina's face as she looked up at her attacker in the last seconds of her life. She died instantly. She had escaped a brutal war only to be slain by a hardened criminal set free to kill in America came in through open borders. Mrs. Zaretsky, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter, Irina.
Aw, see that? My heart goes out to her. Oh, and the husband, the father. Yeah, my heart goes out. And he should turn and say, all because of you people. He should.
How do you not stand?
Yeah.
How do you not stand?
He didn't
I'm
stand.
asking this Congress to pass tough legislation to
How do you
ensure
not
that
stand?
violent and dangerous repeat offenders are put behind bars, and importantly, that they stay there.
Yeah. Yeah. They didn't stand, and I'm glad he showed it. How do you not stand for that? How did they stay seated, guys? You gotta be like a demon.
Starting last summer, I deployed our National Guard and federal law enforcement to restore law and order to our most dangerous cities, including
South Carolina,
Memphis, Tennessee, big success, New Orleans, Louisiana, big success, and our nation's capital itself,
Yep.
Washington, D.C., where we have almost no crime anymore in Washington, D.C. How did that happen?
Yep.
In fact, crime in Washington is now at the lowest level ever recorded, and murders in D.C. this January were down close to 100% from a year ago.
They really are scum. You're right, Angry. They are scum of the earth. They really are. They want illegals
They don't
in
like
here
to
because
hear
it'll
it.
give them power someday.
One of sick people, one of the brave service members who helped achieve this stunning turnaround was 20-year-old West Virginia Army National Guard Specialist Sarah Beckstrom. After a 4-month deployment, she voluntarily extended her service, and her rank was going to be lifted. She was doing so well. They were so proud of her. But the very next day, she was on patrol near the White House when she was ambushed and shot in the head by a terrorist monster from Afghanistan.
Yep.
Shouldn't have been in our country.
Joe
And
let
all
him in.
because she wore the uniform of our nation, she was shot.
Yep.
He traveled here because he didn't like people wearing our uniform. He was sick and deranged, shouldn't have been in our
Should have
country.
never been allowed in.
Sarah Beckstrom died in order to defend our capital, and we are honored to be joined by her wonderful parents, Gary and Eva Lee.
Look at the
Your daughter
father.
was
He's
a
dying
true
right
American
there.
patriot, and she will be greatly missed. She
feel
was a
bad.
great person. I saw reports on her. They've never seen anything like
My
it.
heart goes out to him. Look at him. Mom's upset too, but look at him. He's dying inside. That was his little girl. He's dying. He's no better for wear. Your heart has to go out to them. It really does. Sad.
So sorry. Thank you very much.
And they didn't get up.
Great young lady. I saw reports that were like, perfect. She was perfect. Serving alongside Sarah that day was Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf. The terrorist shot Andrew in the head, and no one thought he could possibly make it. The two of
Here he
them,
is.
Sarah and Andrew, both shot violently in the head. Neither was expected to make it. They weren't even given a chance, except his wonderful mother, named Melody, who I spoke to the same night. And she was so positive. The doctors thought that Andrew was gone, but his mother said, no, Mr.
There he is.
President, Andrew will be fine. He's going to make it. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, he was given almost no chance. She said, I have no doubt, sir, he's going to be okay. This was a conversation that I had with her that night, with her son laying helplessly in bed, blood all over. Everybody is praying, she said, sir, he will be okay. The doctors didn't understand what she was saying. And after looking at the results of the damage done, neither did I. She was so strong and conclusive that even Andrew's great father felt she didn't really understand the gravity of the situation. But she turned out to be right. Right, Melanie? She turned out to be right.
There he is. Aw, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yep. Yep. Yeah, that's cool.
Amazing, actually. I said, where does this woman come from? She's the most positive person I've ever met. With God's help, Andrew has battled back from the edge of death, and we're talking about the edge of death, on his way to a miraculous recovery. He's got a little work to do, but he's doing great. Nice to see you. He's a good-looking guy. Nice to see you. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you very much.
Look at him. Stolen Valor, Richard Blumenthal. Told everybody he was in combat in Vietnam. Never saw a minute of combat. Yeah, you gotta love it.
So, Andrew, while you're up, now I'm going to ask a highly respected General James
We go.
Stewart to present Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf and the great family of Sarah Beckstrom.
Oh, here we
with
go.
the award created by our late, great President George Washington himself. It's called the Purple Heart.
Gave him the Purple Heart. How about that? Nice. And thank you to a grateful nation. Now the Dems will argue you can't give that out unless it's time of war. You watch. Look at all the chairmen, the Joint Chiefs. They're up and clapping. That's cool, guys. Now you should say it. That happened because of you people.
We love you all. Love you. We're proudly restoring safety for Americans at home, and we are also restoring security for Americans abroad. Our country has never been stronger. My first 10 months, I ended 8 wars, including Cambodia.
Marco.
Isn't it funny? Sick people. Cambodia and Thailand.
You lie.
Pakistan and India would have been a nuclear war. 35 million people said the Prime Minister of Pakistan would have died if it were not for my involvement. Kosovo and Serbia, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, Armenia and Azerbaijan, the Congo and Rwanda. And
These
of
are all the
course,
wars he
war
stopped.
in Gaza, which proceeds at a very low level.
We'll never get the Nobel
I
Peace
want to
Prize
thank
ever, but he doesn't
Steve
care.
Witkoff and Jared
I wouldn't either.
Kushner for your
Piece of
help.
crap.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Jared.
Hey, it's Kushner, yeah, Jared Kushner. That's Ivanka's husband. You guys who don't know.
And I also want to thank the man they report to, Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Thank you, Marco.
I'll tell you what, guys. Marco is rocking it. And look at him all calm and shit. He's rocking it. I hope he gets on the ticket with JD.
People like you.
Yeah, they
You know,
do.
Marco got 100% of the votes when he was in confirmation. I think our next one was about 54%. And some of the Democrats are now saying, I can't believe we approved that guy.
Yeah.
And he said it's an honor that they feel that way, right, Marco?
Yeah.
You have done a great job, great
Look at this.
Secretary of State. I think he'll go down
Yeah,
as the
I'm bored
best
to
ever.
death. I ain't getting up for anybody. They do. They hate his guts so bad. And he's
Under
doing
the
good things.
ceasefire I negotiated, every single hostage, both living and dead, has been returned home. Can you believe that?
Every one of them. You gotta love it.
Nobody thought it was possible.
They got up. Look at
Nobody
that.
thought
Fetterman's
that
up.
was possible.
You know he would be.
Both living and dead. And those parents who had a dead son, their boy, they'd always tell me their boy, they wanted him as much as though he were living.
Right.
It was an amazing period of
Right.
time. And they came back, and when we got all of the living hostages back, and many, many before them, but I always said those last 20 are going to be very tough, but we got many, many more, hundreds. But I said those last 20 are going to be tough. We got them back, but we only got back 14 or 15 of the dead of the 28. And believe it or not, Hamas worked along with Israel, and they dug and they dug and they dug. It's a tough thing to do, going through bodies all over, passing up 100 bodies sometimes for each one that they found. Tough job. And they finally got it back to 27. And then Steve and Jared,
It
they
is
got it
good,
back
isn't
to
it, man?
28. They found all 28. Nobody thought that was possible, but we did it. And I remember the family of the 28th. They were so grieved,
would
but they
too.
were so happy, as
But
happy
he
as
won't.
it's possible to be. They had their boy back.
If he would, I'd vote
Mother
for him.
said, "Sir, we have our boy back." What a period of time that was, but we got them all back. So
Yep.
thank you both very much. Great job. And we're working very hard to end the ninth war, the killing and slaughter between Russia and Ukraine, where 25,000 soldiers are dying each and every month. Think of that, 25,000 soldiers are dying a month. A war which would have never happened if I were president, would have never happened. As president, I will make peace wherever I can, but I will never hesitate to confront threats to America wherever we
And
must.
he's already shown.
That's why
He's
in
already
a
shown it.
breakthrough operation last June, the United States military obliterated Iran's nuclear weapons program with an attack on Iranian soil known as Operation Midnight.
You're a liar. You watch. That brain trust right there, guys. They were all kicking ass. Even Pam Bondi. He screwed up in the beginning
Decades,
and
it
made
has
a
been the policy
massive
of the
error.
United States never to allow Iran to
Epstein stuff,
obtain
but
a
she's
nuclear
doing
weapon.
well.
Many decades. Since they seized control of that proud nation 47 years ago, the regime and its murderous proxies have spread nothing but terrorism and death and hate. They've killed and maimed thousands of American service members and hundreds of thousands and even millions of people with what's called roadside bombs. They were the kings of the roadside bombs.
IEDs
And we took out Soleimani. I did that during my first term. Had a huge impact. He was the father of the roadside bomb.
Yeah.
And just over the last couple of months with the protests, they've killed at least, it looks like 32,000 protests, 32,000 protesters in their own country. They shot them and hung them. We stopped them from hanging a lot of them with the threat of serious violence. But this is some terrible people. They've already developed missiles that can threaten Europe and our bases overseas, and they're working to build missiles that will soon reach the United States of America. After Midnight Hammer, they were warned to make no future attempts to rebuild their weapons program, and in particular,
And they did.
nuclear weapons. Yet they continue, starting it all over. We wiped it out, and they want to start all over again. and are at this moment again pursuing their sinister ambitions. We are in negotiations with them. They want to make a deal, but we haven't heard those secret words. We will never have a nuclear weapon. My preference.
Right. Right.
My preference is to solve this problem through diplomacy. But one thing is certain, I will never allow the world's #1 sponsor of terror, which they are by far, to have a nuclear weapon. Can't let that happen.
They're the #1 state sponsor of terrorism.
And no nation should ever doubt America's resolve. We have the most powerful military on earth. I rebuilt the military in my first term. We're going to continue to do so. Also, we just approved a $1 trillion budget. We have no choice. We have to be strong because hopefully we will seldom have to use this great power that we built together. It's really called peace through strength, and it's been very, very effective.
Yep.
So thanks to Republican in Congress, we're investing that
Can't even get a
record
submarine.
number
I love that.
dollars, have no choice, in the United States Armed Forces. Also creating a lot of jobs, but we're not even doing it for that reason. Because as I said, we have more jobs, more people working today than ever before in the history of our country. And NATO countries are friends and
There's
allies.
Kennedy,
They
Senator
are.
Kennedy.
Our friends and they're our allies.
Down
Have
below
just
on the
agreed
right.
at my
He's
very
awesome.
strong request
Funny.
to pay 5% of GDP for military defense rather than the 2%, which they weren't paying. We were paying for almost all of NATO. Now they're paying 5 as opposed to not paying 2.
Yep. Why no other president did what he's doing? He's like, hold my beer, you know, and he doesn't even drink.
And getting that 5% was something which
I mean, it
everyone
looks
said
so
would
easy.
never
That's
be
another
done,
reason why
would
they hate
not
him.
happen. We got it really easily with one meeting. And big difference between 2% that's not paid. We were paying the freight of many of them. Very few were paid up. Now
There's
5%,
Pelosi.
then they're paid. And
Is that her
everything we send
aide?
over to
Look at her.
Ukraine is sent through NATO, and they pay us in full.
Like her face is
They pay
sliding
us
off.
totally in full. Every branch of our armed forces is setting records for recruitment. This is so exciting. And every service
Yeah,
member recently.
He is, man. He does this every time. But this time's even better because he looked over at him. Like, how could you not stand up? And he shook his head. Yeah, Kennedy's great.
And
Look at
every
that.
service member recently received a warrior dividend of $1,776.
Yeah, my son got that. Because the Dems, they shit all over the military.
They put it on my desk. We got the money from tariffs and other things. A lot of money we have. We have much more money than people understand. Have to rebuild that program a little bit, but it won't take long. But we got the money, and it was $1,775, and they wanted my approval. And I said, "What's the number?" $1,775. I said, "Wait a minute. For one more dollar, we can have $1,776. It's going to-"
Exactly.
I said, "We're going to figure that." I never asked anybody if we could afford it. One more dollar. I said $1,776, and I said, "That's good." And I'll tell you what, our military. That was 4 months ago. Our military. I
They
never
are,
see
man.
a person in the military that doesn't thank me for it. So we're honored to do it. They deserve it.
Christy Nome,
And we call it 1776. It was great.
hottest governor.
And we love our military. We love our law enforcement. We love our firemen. You know, the firemen don't get mentioned enough. We love our firemen.
True. That's Susie
We're
Wild
also
to her right. I know her brother, Kyle.
We're also restoring American security and dominance in the Western Hemisphere.
Summerall's
acting
her
to secure
father.
our national interests and defend our country from violence, drugs, terrorism, and foreign interference. For years, large swaths of territory in our region, including large parts of Mexico, really large parts of Mexico, have been controlled by murderous drug cartels. That's why I designated these cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and I declared illicit fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction.
Good. Good. It killed thousands of Americans. Thousands. China was the original guys that were bringing it over.
And with our new military campaign, we have stopped record amounts of drugs coming into our country and virtually stopped it completely coming in by water or sea. You probably noticed that. We very seriously damaged their fishing industry also. Nobody wants to go fishing anymore. We've also taken down one of the most sinister cartel kingpins of all. You saw that yesterday.
Yeah.
In January. In January, elite American warriors carried out one of the most complex, spectacular feats of military competence and power in world history. No one's seen anything like it. Foreign leaders, I won't tell you who, called me and they said, very impressive. Very impressive. They couldn't believe, they all watched. They saw what happened. This is a different fighting force that we had years ago when we fought to tie. You know, it's a great fighting force. I'm so proud of it. Look at Space Force. Space Force is my baby. Because we did that. My baby is becoming so important.
Very well-behaved children. They're all
And
successful.
America's armed forces overwhelmed all defenses and utterly defeated an enemy, good fighters, to end the reign of outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro and bring him to face American justice.
I used to swap Christmas cards with him. I'm angry.
And this was an absolutely colossal victory for the security of the United States, and it also opens up a bright new beginning for the people of Venezuela. We're working closely with the new president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, to unleash extraordinary economic gains for both of our countries and to bring new hope to those who have suffered so terribly. They really did suffer. With us tonight is Alejandro Gonzalez. She grew up in a tight-knit Venezuelan family and was especially close to her beloved uncle Enrique. But after Enrique ran for office and opposed Maduro, he was kidnapped by Maduro's security forces and thrown into the regime's really infamous prison in Caracas. Alejandro feared she would never see her uncle again. She feared for her own life also. But since the raid, we have worked with the new leadership, and they have ordered the closure of that vile prison and released hundreds of political prisoners already, with more to come. Alejandro, I'm pleased to inform you that not only has your uncle been released, but he is here tonight. We brought him over to
Check that
celebrate
out.
his
He's got him
freedom with
there.
you in person.
How do you like that?
Enrique, please come down.
Wow. That is something. He set this up. That's awesome. That is awesome. Look at this. Ah. That's good. He ran for office for the good guys, and they threw his ass in prison. Like a torture prison. She had no idea. That's awesome.
Thank you, Enrique. Have a good time. Nice to have you back, Enrique. There were many heroes on that January raid to capture Maduro. Really great heroes. It was very dangerous. They knew we were coming. They were all set. But the deeds of one warrior that night will live forever in the eternal chronicles of military valor. Chief Warrant Officer 5, Eric Slover, planned the mission and was the flight lead in the cockpit of the first helicopter. A big, beautiful, powerful helicopter. It was a massive Chinook carrying, as you can imagine, many American warfighters.
Yep.
Wearing the dog tags. His wife, Amy, had blessed with holy water before he left. She knew it was going to be a rough one. Eric steered the Chinook under the cover of night and descended swiftly upon Maduro's heavily protected military fortress. This was a major military installation, protected by thousands of soldiers and guarded by Russian and Chinese military technology.
Yeah.
How did that work out? Not too good.
Not too good for them. Yeah.
While preparing to land, enemy machine guns fired from every angle, and Eric was hit very badly in the leg and hip, one bullet after another. He absorbed 4 agonizing shots, shredding his leg into numerous pieces. And yet, despite the fact that the use of his legs was vital to successful helicopter flight, legs are the most important part of flying a helicopter, to deliver the many commandos who would capture and detain Maduro was the only thing Eric was thinking about. Then, even as he was gushing blood, which was flowing back down the aisle, helicopter lands at a steep angle.
Yep.
The machine gun stood right in front of him. They were right in front of him, 2 machine gunners who escaped the wrath of the previous planes. Eric maneuvered his helicopter with all of those lives and souls to face the enemy and let his gunners eliminate the threat.
Yeah.
Turned the helicopter around so the gunners could
Nice.
take care of business, saving the lives of his fellow warriors from what could have been a catastrophic crash
I never heard this story.
deep in enemy territory. Only after safely landing the helicopter with all the warriors aboard in the exact right spot, which was vital to the mission, probably would have had to maybe cancel the mission if that didn't happen. Eric told his co-pilot, also wounded, but not as gravely, to take over. I'm about ready to pass out. The success of the entire mission and the lives of his fellow warriors hinge on Eric's ability to take searing pain. It was unbelievable what's happened to his legs.
Wow.
Of the bullets and keep on flying and landing, and
he still
people knew what was
did the
happening.
mission.
Everybody in the back of the helicopter knew because they saw the blood pouring down the aisle. Chief Warrant Officer Slover is still recovering from his serious wounds, but I'm thrilled to say that he is here tonight with his wife, Amy.
Wow.
Eric and Amy, come on in.
He's there. How about it? How about it? That's something. There he is. Got the cane. He's got a walker. All right. Yeah, see, these guys, you get shot, they still fulfill the mission. I love it. I hope he fully recovers. God bless, man. Yeah, he's a hero, man. Yeah. I bet the Dems did not stand up for him either. Well, maybe they did because he's military. Let's see. Yeah, they did because he's military.
So we have a surprise.
They have to.
Eric and Amy.
Oh, here we go.
In recognition of Eric's actions above and beyond the
Look at this.
call
He's
of
holding
duty, I would now like to ask General Jonathan Braga to present Chief Warrant Officer Slover with our nation's highest military award, the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Whoa. Whoa. Oh, you like him, though? Yeah, look at that. You just got the Congressional Medal of Honor. How about that? That's like the highest you can get. That's badass. Yep, that's badass, man. Look how humble he's being. Thank you. He earned it, man. We can safely say he was not a DEI hire. Yeah, G.I. freaking Joe. They're going to come out with a doll that looks like him. Look at now, he's finally smiling. That's awesome. You know what that does for his career? They are. Yeah. How about that, man? That's good. That's good. Trump always loved our military. Always. That and the
Well,
people.
thank you very much, Eric and Amy. Great to get to know you. I met with them and with a lot of their fellow warriors at Fort Bragg recently. You notice the name Fort Bragg. We have it back. We brought it back. We won the First World War with it, the Second
Good,
World
brought
War
it back.
with it, and then they decided to change the name.
Bring back
So
good.
we changed it back. Everybody wanted to change back too. And 10 of Eric's fellow warriors from that incredible night of victory will also be receiving medals at a private ceremony that will soon be held at the White House. And Eric will be there. Thank you.
Good. Awesome.
Thank you, Eric. That's a big one. Tonight we've celebrated
one.
many truly extraordinary American patriots, but there is one last living legend to honor before we go. He is one more heroic American aviator, Navy fighter pilot. Royce Williams served in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, flying more than
There he is.
220 missions. In the skies over
We're talking
Korea in
about you.
1952, Royce was in the dogfight of a lifetime, legendary dogfight. Flying through blizzard conditions, his squadron was ambushed by 7 Soviet fighter planes. It was his first aerial combat of the war, and despite being massively outnumbered and outgunned, Royce led the takedown of 4 enemy jets and almost destroyed the others, vanquishing his adversaries while
Nice.
taking 263 bullets.
I know, man. I
to his
just hope
own
your
plane,
leaders
being
start to listen.
seriously hurt.
I know you guys are on board.
His story was
Why
secret
we
for
love
over
you guys.
50 years. He didn't even want to tell his wife, but the legend grew and grew. But tonight, at 100 years old, this brave
God
Navy
bless him.
captain is finally getting the recognition he deserves.
Awesome.
He was a legend long before this evening. Royce, please stand up, and I will ask the First Lady of the United States
Nice.
to present Captain Royce Williams with his Congressional Medal of Honor.
Wow. How about that? And he gets her to do this like almost every time. Yeah, Anglo Trump is very, very pro-America. He's pro-West. Yeah. Look at that. That's a guy that should be honored. Look at that. Mark Kelly's even clapping. He's got that scowl. Awesome. Awesome. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. His first combat flight. Can you imagine? Took out 4. Wow. Yep. That's awesome. God bless those guys, man. Guys like that, guys that were free. Democrats pissed all over them. Yeah, I know. Salute you, sir. That made his life, you know. Finally got recognized for that. Go back to all his friends.
Thank you.
I told you.
I've always wanted the Congressional Medal of Honor, but I was informed I'm not allowed to give it to myself, and I wouldn't know why I'd be taking it. But if they ever open up that law, I will be there with you someday.
Now they're going to. Now
that's
you know
our
all the
highest
articles
honor,
are going to come
Congressional
out.
Medal of Honor, and that's a big thing. And
Trump wants
it's an honor
not
to
going to
be in
say
the
anything
same
about
room
the
with you.
man.
Thank you both very much, Eric.
You know, they're not going to write a damn thing about the man, the hero. They're just not. They'll write about that joke. Bastards.
Thank you. 250 years is a long time in the life of a nation, but in another sense, it's really a mere moment in the eye of history.
Yeah.
Two of the gentlemen we met in the gallery this evening took their first breaths 1 century ago, 100 years before that, on July 4th, 1826, the author of the Declaration of Independence, brilliant, Thomas Jefferson, drew his last breath. Just a single long human lifespan separates the giants who declared
John Adams
and won our independence from the heroes who stand among us tonight. Everything our nation has done, everything we have achieved, has been the work of those few great lifetimes. In those brief chapters, Americans built this nation from 13 humble colonies into the pinnacle of human civilization and human freedom.
Talk about it. It was
The
200.
strongest, wealthiest, most powerful, most successful nation in
Yeah, it
all of
was.
history. Americans
right about
ventured out
everything.
across the daunting and dangerous continent. We carved paths through an unforgiving wilderness, settled a boundless frontier, and tamed the beautiful but very, very dangerous Wild West.
Yep.
From empty marshes and wide open plains, we raised up the world's greatest cities. Together, we mastered the world's mightiest industries and shattered history's monstrous tyrannies. And we liberated millions.
They talk
from
shit and then they
chains
find out
of
they're on camera and
fascism,
they stop.
communism, oppression, and terror.
Total phonies.
Americans lifted humanity into the skies on the wings of aluminum and steel. And then we launched mankind into the stars on rockets powered by sheer American will and unyielding American pride. We wired the globe with our ingenuity. We captivated the planet
could
with
get it back.
American culture. And now
Not
we are
lost.
pioneering the next great American breakthroughs that will change the entire world. All of this and so much more
They
is the
hated each
enduring
other for
legacy,
years.
the
They got back
unmatched
together
glory
again and started
of
writing.
the hardworking
for each other.
patriots who built and defended this country and who still carry the hopes and freedoms on all of
He's
humanity.
like, they ain't my people, not my kin.
For years,
That's
they
all.
were forgotten,
What he's thinking.
betrayed, and cast aside. But that great betrayal is over,
Scumbag.
and they will never be forgotten
Lying
again.
scumbag.
Because when the world needs courage, daring, vision, and inspiration, it is still turning to America. And when God needs a nation to work his miracles, he knows exactly who to ask.
We are
There
blessed,
is no
guys.
challenge Americans cannot
We know it.
overcome. No frontier
We are
too vast
grateful.
for us to
We
conquer.
are blessed.
No dream too bold for us to chase. No horizon too distant for us to claim. For our destiny is written by the hand of providence, and these first 250 years were just the beginning.
Yep.
From the rugged border towns of Texas to the heartland villages of Michigan, from the sun-kissed shores of Florida to the endless fields of the Dakotas, and from the historic streets of Philadelphia to right here in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., the golden age of America is upon us. The revolution that began in 1776 has not ended. It still continues because the flame of liberty and independence still burns in the heart of every American patriot. And our future will be bigger, better, brighter, bolder, and more glorious than ever before. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
That was the greatest. Now to live nuts, you guys want to stick around and hear some of the biggest bullshit in your life. They're going to do the response. And they chose that crazy woman that just won governor of Virginia. And she broke, in the first week, she broke every promise. Oh, we're going to cut tax. No, she just gave them a huge tax increase. She's doing a ton of crazy things, radical, crazy things, showing that you can't trust a Democrat when he's running. That was really good. I love it. Hey, Max Fetterman. I love it.
The president, that was a home run.
That was a home run. There's that woman. Love her. Oh, look at that. Yeah, give her. Yeah, give her the. She like cheered and yelled behind the Dems. Yeah.
Great job. Oh, good. Good. See you.
I love this part too. You get to see how he behaves with everybody.
Thank you. Excellent speech. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Look at that BMF. Wow.
The best ever. Thank you. The best ever. He's the president. Thank you.
Get lost. But your hand has to hurt after shaking all them damn hands.
Thank you for honoring those veterans.
Oh, look. Oh, what the hell? From Oklahoma, congressman. Oh, damn. He's a football player. Louis, what was his name?
We should take the rest of the day off. I think we have to.
There he is. Kennedy. Love him.
Thank you.
Senator Kennedy.
You killed it.
Pam.
Thank you, Virginia.
Thank you.
It was amazing. It really was. Home run. Really, grand slam. Grand slam. America loves you, Loss. Thank you. It was amazing. America loves you. Oh, look at this guy. I like that tie. I want that tie. Give me that tie. Thank you. Put your down. Initial. Just an initial. Thank you, Bob.
Look at that.
I like that tie.
Now you got to get him that tie.
Thank you, everybody. Mr. President, outstanding speech, sir. Mr. President.
It really was.
You did good. They love the insider trading.
Can't even stand. I love it. I love it.
How's he doing? He's a youngster.
Well done, he fell asleep a couple times. You did amazing. You really did.
Great speech. Proud of you. Great job, Mr. President. Thanks for your leadership. President, well done. God bless you. God bless you, sir. Thank you, fellas.
Look how much they love him.
That's a big statement coming from
He's just so pro-American, pro-forgotten men and women.
Love the finish.
Forgotten by the Uniparty.
Great job. Thank you, everybody. Great job. Great. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
So thank God the response by the Democrat is going to be short.
Really? The best
What do you hear? What do you hear? The out and out lies
That's a big statement.
that she's going to give. What do you hear? The craziness.
Thanks so much. Thank you. Still need to talk to you.
Yeah, he's a total germaphobe. He really is. And he's never touched a drop of alcohol in his life. He had a brother who was who died of alcoholism.
Yeah.
Can we go out?
I think it's going to come up soon. Now we go over to the Democrat response.
The chair declares the joint session of the two houses now dissolved.
Right. Yeah, you have to do that.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, Anglo, he does that every time he does. He's like that every time he does the State of the Union. But
Unofficially, President Trump's speech was
was
an
rough on
hour
them
and
today.
47 minutes, the longest on record.
all right, Chris, have a good
Now,
night,
we've
man.
got
Thanks
about
for
5
thanks for
minutes
being here.
before the
Appreciate
Democratic
that.
response. We're going
See
to
you, bro.
show you the numbers. We're going to take
Thank
your
you.
calls a little bit later. You can see the numbers there. We want to get your
I'm gonna-
response to the President's
There
State
we
of the
go.
Union address. 202 is the area code for all of the numbers. 748-8921 for Republicans, 748-8920 for Democrats, 202-748-8922 for independents. Now, if you want to send
Here
a
we go.
text message and you can't get through on the phone lines, 202-748.
Yeah, this woman, Abigail, whatever the hell her name is.
8903. Again, that's for text
Hold on.
messages only. Please include your first name and your city, if you would, and we'll try to get to some of those as well. Well, we
Abigail
are here on the
Spanberger.
set
She's a
to
lunatic.
take your calls
Here we
and
go.
to have a conversation
3
with our
minutes.
two reporter guests. We
Yeah,
have
stick
Melissa
around, guys,
Schultz
'cause
of the New York
I'm telling you
Post
right now,
and Deanna Nerozzi
she's
of
worth it. Let's
Politico
go over
joining.
here.
Post-show coverage right here on Right Side Broadcasting
Let's go
Network.
over
First
here.
up, let's go to the time where President Trump was honoring the late, great Charlie Kirk and spoke to Erica Kirk, of course, who was in the galley.
Yeah, they're just buying time. It's like in
This
3
is
minutes.
especially true among
you're
young
gonna hear
people.
them talk.
And a big part of that had to do with
As
my
shocked
great
as you
friend,
were of the truth bombs
Charlie
that Trump was
Kirk,
showing,
great
you're going to be
guy.
more
Yes,
shocked by the freaking lies that this woman's about to tell you. And she's a loon, progressive loon.
So last year, Charlie was violently murdered by an assassin and martyred, really martyred for his beliefs. His wonderful wife, Erica, is with us tonight. Erica, please stand.
Charlie. Yeah.
Thank you, Erica. Been through a lot. In Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject political violence
2
of
minutes.
any kind.
And then she comes up. Gotta love it. 2 minutes, guys.
And Robert, I'll always remember September 21st out there in Glendale, Arizona for Charlie Kirk's memorial. A powerful time there to remember Charlie, but also to see the country come together in such a way for faith, for
the
freedom, for
left
Jesus.
freaking
Pretty powerful.
hated
As
Charlie
the
Kirk.
president mentioned right before that, the revival that was happening, it was a queue up to honor Charlie, to honor Erica, and Turning Point USA, a place that is always home for me and someone that I knew very personally as a friend and a boss. And it's something that sticks with us. And now he belongs to the ages and will continue that path as people are going back to church. And President Trump really highlighted that, not only in this term, but in the first
Coming
term, returning to God. And that's really a wonderful sight to see, including one of the only moments that you
1
saw where the
minute.
Democrats actually stood up in the chamber.
Trust
and
me, it's
give
gonna be
credit
worth
where
it.
credit's due. Thank you for doing
I
that
guarantee
and
she's going to
calling
be
that out.
nuts.
This
She'll
administration
sound
has
like
averaged
she's
10,000
competent
threats.
and
You heard
whatnot, but
yesterday, President Trump,
listen to
the
what she
Angels
said.
family ceremony, that he is
I'm surprised she
really
won't call him a
able to
pedophile. He's
take
in
on
the
what may come.
Epstein
He
file,
said-
all
he
the
told him,
lies
I
that
don't
they've
know
been
how much
telling.
longer I'll be here
I'm willing,
because of the
willing to
threats
bet.
that are happening. You saw at
That's
Mar-a-Lago,
what's gonna happen.
someone losing their life in the early morning hours because they breached that line. Bringing
Okay.
down that temperature is so important, and it's truly a problem on the far left as we continue to
Yep,
see
30 seconds.
political violence in this country.
And President Trump talking about that to tone it down out there. Also, we heard President Trump speak about insider trading.
From
There we go.
Williamsburg. In just a second,
Here we
you're
go,
going to
17
hear
seconds.
Abigail Spanberger, former CIA agent, former member of Congress, just elected to the
Here we
governorship
go. 8,
of Virginia, first
7,
woman governor.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Good evening.
Good evening and welcome to historic Williamsburg. We are gathered here in the chambers of the House of Burgesses. In 1705, the people of the Virginia colony gathered here to take on the extraordinary task of governing themselves. Before there was a Declaration of Independence, a Constitution, or a Bill of Rights, there were people in this room. The people who served here ultimately dreamed of what a new nation, unlike anything the world had ever seen, could be. The United States was founded on the idea that ordinary people could reject the unacceptable excesses of poor leadership, band together to demand better of their government, and create a nation that would be an example for the world.
Yeah. Now she wants to
And
draw
this
you in.
year, as we celebrate 250 years since America declared our independence from tyranny, I can think of no better place to speak to you as we reflect on the current state of our union.
Here we go.
Tonight, as we watched our nation's lawmakers gather for a joint session of Congress, we did not hear the truth from our president.
There you go.
So let's speak plainly and honestly.
Sure.
And let me ask you, the American people watching at home, 3 questions. Is the president working to make life more affordable for you and your family?
Yes, absolutely.
Is the president working to keep Americans safe both at home and abroad?
Yes, and you're fighting them.
Is the president working for you?
Yes, and you're
As
fighting
I
them.
campaigned for governor last year, I traveled to every corner of Virginia, and I heard the
And she
same
lied
pressing
to them.
concern everywhere. Costs are too high in housing, healthcare, energy, and childcare.
Affordability.
And I know these same conversations are
Which is
being
just
had
lies.
all across this country. Because since
Here it
this
comes.
president took office last year, his reckless trade policies have forced American families to pay more than $1,700 each in tariff costs.
Wrong.
Small businesses have suffered, farmers have suffered, some losing entire markets. Everyday Americans are paying the price.
That's why
And
we hit
even though
record
the
highs
Supreme
in the
Court
stock market,
struck
right?
these tariffs
Everything's
down
so
4
awful.
days ago, the damage to us, the American people, has already been done. Meanwhile, the president is planning for
I
new
had heard
tariffs,
that.
another massive tax hike
I heard good
on
things.
you and your family. And Republicans in Congress,
He just lowered.
they
You're going to get
remain
more of your
unwilling
money back
to
this
assert
year
their
because of
constitutional
Trump.
authority to stop him. They're making your life harder. They're making your life more expensive. They're even making it more difficult to see a doctor. Rural health clinics in Virginia and across the country are already closing their doors thanks to the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill, championed by the president and
No,
Republicans
because
in
your
Congress.
state sucks and they always
And
needed
tonight, the
help
president
from
celebrated this law.
the federal
the
government.
one
You can't
threatening
do it on your
rural
own.
hospitals, stripping healthcare from millions of Americans and
strip
driving up
healthcare.
costs.
They
in
cut down
energy
fraud.
and
That's what they're
housing,
talking about.
all while cutting food programs for hungry
No,
kids.
she didn't. I'm telling you, she's
But
not.
here in Virginia, I am working with our state legislature
You're
to lower
supposed to.
costs and make the Commonwealth more affordable.
You're supposed to. That's your job, dumbass. It was the fraud
And
that
it's
they
not
cut
just me.
out.
Democrats across the country are laser focused on affordability in our
Mhm.
nation's capital
See what he
and in
said? He
state
told you
capitals
that.
and communities across America. In the most innovative and exceptional nation in the history of the world, Americans deserve to know that their leaders are focused on addressing the problems.
You just
that
raised
keep them
taxes
up
on
at
your
night.
people.
Problems that dictate where you live, whether you can afford to start a business or whether you have to skip a prescription in order to buy groceries. So I'll ask again, is the president working to make life more affordable for you
Yes.
and your family? We all know the answer is no.
No, it's yes.
I grew up in a house of service. My mother was a nurse and my father was a career law enforcement officer.
You're a liar.
I began my career by following in my father's footsteps as a federal agent, working money laundering and narcotics cases. I worked side by side with local and state police to keep our community safe and to uphold and enforce the law. Law enforcement officers across the country know that it is a unique responsibility to do the serious work of investigating crimes, comforting victims, and making arrests. It's about building trust, and that requires an abiding sense of duty and commitment to community. And yet, our president has sent poorly trained federal agents into our cities, where they have arrested and
They weren't
detained
poorly
American
trained at all.
citizens and people who aspire to be Americans. And they have done it without a warrant. They have ripped
Wrong.
nursing mothers away from their babies.
Can you
They
hear
have
that?
sent children, a little boy in a blue bunny hat, children to far off detention centers. And they have killed
Guys, that was the
American
biggest
citizens in
freaking
our
lie.
streets. And they have
That
done
was
it
debunked.
all with their faces masked from accountability. Every minute spent sowing fear is a minute not spent investigating
such
murders,
a
crimes
lie. It
against
was
children,
debunked.
or the criminals defrauding seniors of their life savings.
Do you hear this?
Our president told us tonight that we are safer because these agents arrest mothers and detain children.
No,
Think
because they
about
got
that.
violent, criminal, illegal
Our
aliens.
broken immigration system is something to be fixed,
You
not
broke
an
it.
excuse for unaccountable agents to terrorize our
Do you hear
communities.
this shit? Terrorizing. They forgot that their
After
people
working
were
in law
actually
enforcement, I
attacking
continued
them.
my career of service as a CIA officer, working
Yeah, guilty.
undercover to protect the United States and our allies from global threats, terrorism, nuclear weapons, and the aggression of adversarial nations around the globe. But as the president spoke of his perceived successes tonight,
Yep.
he continues to cede economic power and technological strength to Russia, bow down to China, bow down to a
See you,
Russian
Linda. Thank you.
dictator,
Thank you for
and
being
make
here.
plans for war
Have a
with
good day.
Iran.
Thanks.
Here's the truth. Over the last year, through Doge, mass firings, and the appointment of deeply unserious people to our nation's most serious positions,
Do you hear this?
our president has endangered the long
Unserious
and
people.
storied history of the United States of America
Oh my God.
being a force for good.
She's a lunatic.
So I'll ask again, is the president working to keep Americans safe?
Yes.
Both at home and abroad?
Yes.
We all know the answer is no.
No, it's yes.
In
You're-
his speech
you're a loon.
tonight, the president did what he always does. He lied, he scapegoated, and he distracted.
Wrong.
And he offered no real solutions to our nation's pressing challenges.
Sure he did.
So
He
many
offered a lot of
which
them.
He is actively making worse. He tries to divide us. He tries to
You guys
enrage us, to
understand,
pit
this
us
speech was
against
written
one
like
another,
2 days ago.
Neighbor against neighbor. And sometimes he succeeds. And so you have to ask, who benefits from his rhetoric, his policies, his actions, the
We all
short
do.
list of laws he's pushed through this Republican Congress? Somebody must be benefiting. He's enriching himself, his family, his friends. The scale of the corruption is unprecedented.
Do you hear this?
There's the cover-up of the Epstein files.
I
the
knew it.
crypto
What did I tell you
scams,
guys?
cozying up to foreign princes for airplanes and billionaires for ballrooms.
What did I tell you?
Putting his name and face on buildings all over our nation's capital.
So what?
This is not what our founders envisioned, not by a long shot.
Okay. And I guess the last idiot that was in there was
So
great.
I'll ask again, is the president working for you?
Yes.
We all know the
The
answer
answer
is no.
is yes.
But here's the special thing
She's a loon.
about America. On our 250th anniversary, we know better than any nation what is possible when ordinary citizens, like those who once dreamed right here in this room, reject the unacceptable and demand more of their government. We see
She
it in the
trashes
determination
their
of
name,
students
our
organizing school walkouts all across the country, whose
You
voices
see
are
this?
becoming so powerful that the
So
governor of
she's saying
Texas
she's
seeks
praising
to
that the
silence them.
communists in our
We
public
see it in the
schools
bravery of
and
Americans in
kids out on the
Minnesota
streets to
standing
fight
up for
ICE,
their communities,
to
from
protest
peacefully
against ICE.
protesting in sub-zero temperatures
You hear
to
this?
carpooling children to school.
This is how nuts they are.
So that their immigrant parents are not ripped away from
No,
them
it's
in the
illegal.
parking lot.
Immigrant parents. She just
As a
lied
mother
there.
of 3 school-aged
Right,
daughters,
the-
I
ICE
am
doesn't go after
inspired
legal
by their
immigrants.
bravery, but I am sickened that it is necessary. And Americans across the country are taking action. They are going to the ballot box to reject this chaos.
Wrong.
With their votes, they are writing
It's like
a story,
86%
a more
approved of what
hopeful
ICE is
story.
doing. She's
In
talking out
November,
her
I
ass.
won my election by 15 points.
Yeah, because you lied about what you were going to do. We all warned them,
And
too.
we won 13 new seats in our state legislature.
Because you lied and they followed coattails.
Because voters decided
She
they
shut
wanted
down. Think about it.
something different.
She shut down.
Our campaign earned
um,
votes from Democrats,
hold on.
Republicans, Independents, and everyone in between. Because they knew as citizens they could demand more, that they could vote for
She
what they
shut down
believe
Youngkin, the
matters,
last
and
governor.
that they
She shut
didn't
down
need
his
to be
his
constrained by a
immigration
party or political
policy.
affiliation. This is happening across the country. New Jersey elected Mikey Sherrill as governor in a double-digit victory. Democrats flipped state legislative seats in places like Georgia, Iowa, Mississippi, and Texas. The list goes on and on. Ordinary Americans are stepping up to run in the spirit of our forefathers. They are running to demand more and to do more for their neighbors and communities. I know the story well. I first ran for office in 2018 alongside dozens of other Democrats who did the seemingly impossible, flipping 41 seats in Congress. In my case, I was the first Democrat elected in 50 years, swinging our district 17 points. Those who are stepping up now to run will win in November.
She's
because
not going to get
Americans,
reelected.
you
I'm telling
at
you that
home,
right now.
know you can
She
demand
ran on
more,
affordability and said
are
she was
working
going to
to
lower
lower
taxes.
costs. We are working to keep our communities and our country
And then
safe.
the first thing
and
she
we
did was raise
are
taxes.
working for you. In his farewell address, George Washington warned us about the possibility of, quote, cunning, ambitious, and unprincipled men rising to power. But he also encouraged us, all Americans, to unite in a common cause, to move this nation forward. That is our charge once more. And
It's
that
unbelievable
is what we
listening
are
to this
seeing
gobbledygook.
across the country. It is deeply American and patriotic to
Really?
do so,
Not
and it
one
is
of
how
your
we
people
ensure
stood
that
all
the
night
state
long.
of our union remains strong. Not just this year, but for the next
This is unreal.
250 years as well, because we, the people, have the power to make change, the power to stand up for what is right, the power to demand more of our nation. May God bless the Commonwealth of Virginia, and may God bless the United States of America.
She's the response to this. They always, the other party does the response to the State of the Union. And she's the governor of Virginia, but she lied her
And
ass
that was
off to get elected.
Democratic Governor Abigail Spanberger of
So that's
Virginia
that.
talking in.
All right. Wow. Thank you guys for being here. Love you guys. We had a good night. That was a really good night, was it not? Yeah, she literally did the whole thing on affordability. I think that the Democrats, like, they focus grouped that term, and it's a real winner. Because people in America under Biden were suffering because inflation just, and then Trump gets in and like day 2, they're like he said, I've only been here a week, and they're like, well, why hasn't prices come down? Because they don't understand anything economics, right? It's why they fuck up our country every single time they get into power. But she ran on affordability, and then she rose people's taxes. She raised taxes. She broke like all kinds of other stuff. Let me see. The affordability, healthcare costs, she screwed that up. Housing. Like what they do is the Democrats, like her, progressives, what they do is they say, oh, we're going to make your lives better. And so what they do is they take taxpayer dollars and they just throw it at people and say, we made your life better. They don't come back later on and see if that program was a success or not. And when somebody else points out that it was awful, it was a god awful, what they usually come back then and say is, well, it's better than if we did nothing. Actually, no, it was not better than if you did nothing. I mean, good Lord, the Democrats lie every time to get in. But you know what? Lately, they haven't told such blatant lies. And then Mamdani is another one. He's raising taxes as well because none of his affordability shit. Remember when he said, Mamdani in New York, he said that there was going to be free bus rides? Well, guess what? bus fare just went up to $3. So much for free bus rides. Right? They had their first government grocery store in years, and the thing failed within an hour and a half. Like everybody, there was so many lines in there. People just took everything and it was gone. It's just like a communist haven. It happened, and it's because they lied. The Democrats lie every time they open their mouths. Emergency powers delegation, board of visitors appointments, economic resiliency task force. It sounds like all these flowery things, but they're full of crap. They lie every time they open their mouth. We just heard truth from Trump for what was it, 2 hours, right? Over 2 hours, actually. So we just heard a lot of truth because, I mean, the members of Congress that actually passed all the stuff he was talking about were right there, right? I mean, they were right there. They know it. And you saw not a single Democrat stood up for most of the things. Hey, Angler, thank you, man. Thanks. Yeah, I'll be here Friday. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Thank you guys for being here tonight. I know you guys overseas, it's late for you. It's like 4:25, man. I appreciate it very, very much. All right, man. I'm out of here. Thank you. I'll see you guys Friday. Watch my videos. I got one coming out tomorrow. You're going to love it. See you later, guys. Have a good night. Bye.